Welcome everybody to Monsters and Madness, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast featuring some of the members and friends of the Hawk Cleaver Community. If you're enjoying the podcast, then please don't forget to head on over to hawkandcleaver.com, where you can find an amazing community of creators and content, including novels, short stories, comics, podcasts, and merchandise. So, without further ado, let's dive into this week's episode. Welcome back. So, it's been a hot minute. It's been a very long while. So, our last game, you had successfully collected all these supplies ready to home alone Bunzel's house, as he was worried that someone was targeting him, maybe fellow people in the industry who were a bit upset that he was giving away this power source for free and taking them out of business. You weren't 100% sure, and neither was he. So after fortifying the house with booby traps and magical pillows and caltrops and nails outside the front doors and windows, and creating the bloody railgun thing, we called it the Crozer or the Yum Nut or something, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, the Yum Nut.
Totally forgot about that.
Lo and behold, just as Bunzel was worried about and kind of not predicted, but was worried about, people did come to his house. Turned out it was a man called Marcus. He was the sweetheart and betrothed to his daughter before she passed away. He claimed that Bunzel was a liar, was not a good and honest man, had basically done in his own wife and his own daughter and killed them. Bunzel was very confused about all this and didn't really know what to say. This Marcus and his three people that he had agreed to hire to help him confront Bunzel started to attack the house, and you guys helped Bunzel defend it. Well, three of you did. Uraprax decided to be a bit sneaky and go down into the basement, where he discovered the truth. Eventually, after the kind of fighting had stopped and you managed to subdue and incapacitate Marcus, you all went down into the basement and saw this strange necromantic device, this weird kind of transmutation circle where a spirit of Bunzel's daughter, Lillian, had been captured and was trying to ascend to the heavens, but was tethered down by these magical golden chains. And it was that weird magnetic pull and that resistance which was powering the town. You guys didn't really know what to do about it. You were kind of and ahhing. Should we leave it running and keep it a deep, dark secret and we don't tell anyone? Do we out Bunzel in his weird, unethical methods and just see what happens to the town and if people want to keep using the power supply? Marcus, who was also down in the basement with you, wasn't happy with any of this. He thought, come on guys, like, you guys are meant to be heroes, you're meant to be good guys, help me get this girl that I used to love, Bunzel's daughter, help me get him out of this machine. You guys panicked and killed Marcus, which sucked his soul out of his own body as he died and went shooting into the machine past Lillian's spirit, shooting and rocketing upwards. This huge thing seems to be just kind of this spectral ghost magnet. As Marcus's soul shot into the machine and shot upwards and went past Lillian's spirit, the whole fucking golden thread and chain started to resonate and vibrate with this large energy. A huge rip in the fabric of space and reality, this huge purple jagged gash in space and time itself ripped open from this machine overloading or overcharging or having weird reaction to having two spirits so close to it. And a weird spectral undead ogre began to crawl its way out of this rip in space and time. And that's where we paused it. That's where we're picking it up. Everybody needs to roll initiative. We are going straight in.
Oh, yeah.
Bunzel, terrified, technically still in the zone of truth spell that Uraprax caused, is backing out, trying to get kind of into the corner where it's the bit of the right angle and the staircase going back upstairs. Dead body is just there on the floor, and this weird undead ogre is crawling out of this rip in space and time. Weird guttural breaths and growls. Okay, let's turn the volume down on that. Oran Hammerhand, what is your initiative?
Is initiative roll a d20, yeah?
Yes, it has been a good while. It is a d20, and then on your character sheet, by your armor and your health, you should have your initiative modifier.
I'm sorry to see that it's just 5.
It's 5.
Hey.
So Oran's there like, what is happening?
I am also a 5.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Uraprax is also 5. Scamos, nowhere. What are you?
16, including my bonus.
16, including your bonus. Excellent, excellent. And last but nowhere means least, Finn Ironleaf.
8. But before we
8.
proceed, can I just very quickly just secretly ask Uraprax, why did we kill that guy again?
Yeah, who did kill him, Marcus?
It was Uraprax. Marcus was adamant that he wanted to get Lillian out of the machine. You guys hadn't come to a conclusion about if you wanted to keep it going or shut it off. And Uraprax panicked and stabbed him.
I didn't want the decision to be taken from our hands. Now, can we focus? Because there's some weird thing coming out the wall.
Okay. Fair
Right,
enough.
first the ogre, then...
Okay, straight off the bat, with the highest initiative, Scamos, you are up. It's pretty much halfway crawled out of this weird rip in space and time. Guttural, half of its face is rotted away, the rib cage is exposed as it is just rotting flesh, as this undead creature is just ripping out of this weird fabric reality tear.
Right, I'm going to... I trust you won't let me... you won't need me to roll for knowledge to understand that this is a hostile creature.
I'll let you have that. You are pretty sure shit is happening and going down.
Right, I'm going to shout, having recognised the creature as a threat, I will shout to whoever's listening, maybe directed at Bunzel, for God's sake, go get the cronut, and then...
The yum nuts!
The yum nut, not the cronut. I mean, the cronut would be good around now, but yeah, I'd take the yum nut. For God's sake, get the yum nut, man. And then I'm going to take advantage of the fact that this thing hasn't had a combat turn yet by blitzing some assassinate with my bow if I can.
Excellent job, yes. Remembering. I mean, God, how many? It's been like months, isn't it?
3 days.
No, it hasn't been 3 days.
8 seconds since we were there.
3 days, 3 months, it's all the same these days.
Yeah, God knows what's happening with the universe. Okay, so with your assassinate, you get, is it a bonus?
So, as advantage on anything that hasn't taken its first combat turn yet, so then I get, is it an auto-critical, or is it like if I hit, obviously? With
you as a rogue, if you get advantage, you also get the chance to sneak attack if it is successful.
That's right, and then...
So 9 times out of 10, if you've got advantage, you get sneak attack.
Yeah, and then that means that if I hit, I'll get an additional 2d6.
That is correct.
Right then, so short bow it is.
Okay. Straight off the bat, Scamos is there like, okay, yeah, there's still dangerous stuff here, as you knock an arrow, pull it back, and just let it go. Flying towards the undead ogre.
This is happening. Oh, this is what I wanted. Rolled a 19, and I get +4 on the short bow.
Excellent, 23. That definitely hits. This undead ogre is very slow, lumbering. Half of its muscles and tendons are just sinew. It doesn't seem to be moving very fast, but it seems to be there, very present, and very aggressive. Excellent, but that hits. What is the damage?
Right, so standard is 1d6 plus 2. Roll a 4.
Bow,
yeah. So, sorry, I rolled a 4, so that's 6 with the standard damage then.
6, and then plus your sneak attack.
So that's another 2d6 of damage at this level. So the 2d6s come out as another 4.
Another 4, excellent. 10 points of damage.
A 5.
Oh, 4 and a 5, excellent. 9.
Yeah.
So
that's my good luck throws. Prepare for 1 for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that was the only good roll you get. Everything else is terrible. Excellent, like a good 15 points of damage straight off the bat. You just let loose this arrow. It goes straight into it. straight into the side of its head, and like bits of skull and brain and matter come flying out the other side as now this arrow is just embedded into its side of its head and sticking out the other side, but still just crawling through.
And then can I use my my cunning action to dive behind a table real quick? If you don't remember, this room is pretty barren. There are a couple of crates and barrels, and there is one small little writing desk which seems to have a bit of scroll and parchment on it. Okay, I ain't got time to flip that desk, but if there is anywhere I could take a step back, maybe then I will, but if I'm at a good distance now, then that's fine, I'll stay put.
Okay, it is now time for the undead ogre to start. It pulls its way through and just slumps onto the floor and starts to pick itself back up and is lumbering towards you guys, just letting out these horrible guttural intakes of breath. It will charge straight over and go straight for Scamos, seeing as he's the only one who has actually caused it any damage so far. Oh, I haven't rolled these bones in a while. Let's see what happens. 6. Ooh, 13. Does that hit you?
14, thanks to that special little glove I picked up from our mate.
Excellent. It just, with these rotting flesh of arms, it just kind of thuds down onto the ground, and you just dive out of the way as just these horrible, grotesque, rotting limbs just crash onto the ground. Finn, you're up.
Okay, so looking at Scamos, I'm assuming we're going all in on this creature, not messing around, going in for the heavy attacks. So, we haven't rested since our last battle, so we haven't recharged our spells or anything, have we?
And unfortunately not, no.
No. So I still have a little bit in me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go for a Scorching Ray.
Excellent.
Straight at it.
Okay, so 5 magical motes of fire just erupt in your fingertips, and you just shoot all 3 of them out. So I believe all 3 of them, you roll for all 3. And then depending which ones hit, depending which ones we will do damage for.
Yeah, that's right. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. So yeah, so D20 first, is it? See if it hits.
Yep, so roll that D20 and see if they hit.
Okay, first one is a 17 with a +5 attack, so that could be a 22.
Excellent, that one hits.
Yes. And then just go for all 3, yeah?
Yeah, we'll see how many hit, and then we'll determine how many dice that is.
So the next one is a 1.
So a 6.
So 6, so yeah, 6.
Unfortunately, that misses. Third one?
20 with a +5, 25.
Natural 20, that's a critical.
Nice.
Excellent, so that's double damage for the last one. Okay, so the first one will be 2d6 fire damage as this big mote of flame just streaks out of Finn's hands.
3 on the first roll.
Mm-hmm.
3 on the second roll.
3 on the second roll. And then the last one, the second one, unfortunately goes wide, but you're like, fuck this. You kind of re-aim, concentrate, and just huck that last one, and you get it square between the eyes with a critical hit. So you're going to double the dice, so 4d6 for this last one.
Okay. 4. 5.
5, nice.
Ooh. 5.
Nice.
4.
Oh, that is brutal. That is like 24 points of damage as this Finn is just like, right, fucking nuts to this. The crossbow was kind of working. All my other spells were kind of working, but this is the one. And you just shoot these 3 motes of fire, just absolutely destroying the left side of this monster's shoulder with the first one, and scorching and just burning away at its face. It stumbles backwards and kind of almost falls back completely onto its arse, but manages to catch itself before it falls. Excellent! God, that was Fucking glass cannon that was.
Devastating.
Fucking devastating. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Would you like to move?
I've got some mage armor that I could perhaps apply to someone, but I'm not sure if it's actually worth it.
Unfortunately, you have used your go to cast a spell.
Yes.
You do that once per turn.
Got you. In that case, if it's possible to move, I'll try and put myself some distance away from the creature, a bit of a retreat.
Yeah. You're in a completely square room. The device is in the complete center, and for argument's sake, you're at kind of the south of this room, and the rip in space and time, and the ogre has like crawled out of the top right hand corner. So you could make a complete bolt to the left hand side of the room if you wanted to.
I mean, are we only talking a few meters here?
Yeah, this is like it's not huge. It is pretty much with this weird circle in the middle. I'd say he's probably dug out and built quite a big basement for this device. It's probably a 30 by 30 foot room.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably try and just sort of sidestep a little bit towards the south west, I believe you said.
Yep. So
okay.
Almost like completely diagonal. The kind of other side.
Yeah.
All right, Finn is going over to the kind of bottom right-hand corner as the ogre is in the bottom left-hand corner as the ogre is in the top right-hand corner of this room. And last but not least, oh no, sorry, my apologies, is Uruprax next.
Forgive me for my overheating laptop whispering into the mic. I'll throw that. I want to use Phantasmal Force.
Phantasmal Force, excellent, yes. Explain Phantasmal Force to me.
So the Phantasmal Force, do I have to describe it after I've rolled it, or do I just roll it first?
Remind me exactly how the spell works.
It is, I craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that I can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, I can create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of my choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and is perceivable to the target for the duration. It can include sound, temperature, and other stimuli. Only evidence of the creature. If, as the creature, for example, if I say there's a wall there and the creature doesn't hit a wall, he then comes up with a reason as to why the wall should be there but isn't there, which justifies the situation as well. So it basically fucks his mind.
Excellent. You are mind freaking the undead ogre.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then let me have a quick look-see. I guess the ogre has to make a kind of spell check. Target must make an intelligence saving throw. Okay. I don't think this ogre is very smart. Let's find out.
So I didn't want to profile. And,
I didn't want to assume.
Don't want to be an ogre racist, but
what is your spell save DC? What is the number I've got to beat? If you can't find it, it'll be 8 plus your proficiency bonus, then plus your spell casting, which is charisma.
8 plus my proficiency bonus is 10, plus my charisma is 16.
What's 16 is...
Oh, the proficiency 3, so 13.
13, thank you. Okay. Oh, Jack die. Oh, it's not going well. Okay. He rolled an 18. However, it is a -4, so 14. He just misses it. You don't know if he's just so thick that he doesn't even comprehend it, or even he's half spectral and can see the astral plane as he's attacking and charging you guys. But you cast out this phantasmal force, trying to trick this ogre into thinking it's somewhere else or doing something else, but it seems to just go through into his rotting brain and just fizzle out at the sides. A for effort, though, man. A for effort. Okay, and then last, Oran Hammerhand.
Okay. I consider myself a very good judge of character, and I think I can reason with this ogre.
After we've absolutely scorched its face off and arrowed its brains out.
No! Let's firebolt him right in the face, please.
Going for the firebolt?
Like to do. Yes. I feel like fire should be particularly effective, but Not sure.
The idea to reason with him was just a ruse. It's like, don't worry, we don't want to hurt you. Sucked in, dickhead, fireball.
Super quick before we do that, Uraprax, did you want to move or anything on your go? I kind of stopped your go a little bit short.
Yeah, just as far away to the back of the room as possible, please.
Okay, so kind of going the same way as Finn, you're kind of almost...
Can I hide beneath the device?
The device is basically like a chalked circle, very much like someone has done like a big kind of archaic circle, these strange, interesting, intricate spell details, almost like a transmutation circle, just etched out on chalk on the floor, and then obviously these big golden rods and these golden chains.
Okay, back of the room for me.
Back of the room, okay.
Cowering at the back of the room with Finn and Bunzel.
You did this, Bunzel, you bastard.
You shake him a bit by the shoulders while you're there, like, why have you...
You fool! Why?
Bunzel!
To be fair, just in case this continues to go south, if you could quietly get our expenses settled.
If you could start doing our expensive while we take care of the ogre, yeah. Okay, excellent, cool. So Uraprax is also kind of do-si-doing, kind of being on the far side of wherever this ogre is, kind of going round and round, much like in a comedy sketch where people are chasing each other around the table, and while one of them runs one way, the other one runs the other way, and so they're always
Benny Hill
adjacent.
music is on.
Yeah.
One in a bikini, the policemen are going to come in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Sorry about that. I kind of interrupted you going. Didn't know if you wanted to move or not. Oran, you are casting Fireball, yes?
Firebolt, yes, please.
All right. You're going to make a ranged spell attack, and let's see if it hits.
Oh, it probably doesn't. I should have reasoned with him. 7.
7. Just misses. You kind of raise your warhammer, and as you raise it, a kind of mote of fire just appears at the very top, and almost baseball batting it, you just swing this hammer, and this mote of fire goes flying towards it, just skimming its left shoulder and crashing into the wall. So close. Sorry, man. Damn it. Any movement? Anything else?
I feel like I'm a bit of a kind of tank, so I'm just going to run up to him.
Oh, okay, yeah, bum rushing it, yep.
Yep. I want to get between him and my crew behind me, so I want to absorb some damage.
Alrighty.
Everyone hide behind the dwarf.
Aha!
Okay, Oran is charging and trying to get right up in the grill of the ogre. Excellent. Okay, we are back up to Scamos.
Okay, so movement-wise, like he's not actually grappling me or totally engaged with me, right? And obviously, Oran has run in. How I would like to position myself, if possible, is just kind of sidling round. So, you know, like if you're chasing someone around a kitchen table, they have to go around. I'd like to position myself so I'm kind of moving towards the other side of the machine. So I've got a little bit of cover, and if anyone accidentally smashes it while trying to get me, then... So I'd like to move around there, just so I've got a slight angle, and then once I'm in that position, I'll ping another arrow at his old undead mug, if I can.
Alrighty. Are you kind of going around, or are you just kind of making a beeline and going through and technically underneath Lillian?
Oh, I don't want to go under. I don't want to get a shock to the old system. I want to try and just sort of sidle around. I ain't crossing that circle just yet. If anyone's going to cross that circle, I'd rather it was the ogre.
Okay. So the way I see it, you guys, you Scamos are kind of almost following suit with Finn and Uraprax, and you guys are kind of almost on the opposite side of the room now. The ogre and Oran are on kind of the right-hand side, and then you've got the device, and then you've got you three on the other side.
Yeah.
Very similar to what I said and what you said, yeah, like both ends of the kitchen table trying to catch the other one, but you're running the opposite directions.
Yeah.
All right, and you want to loose another arrow, yeah?
Yeah, I'll send another arrow his way.
Send it flying, boy.
Okay. Not as good, but not terrible. So 14.
14 hits.
Oh, didn't even add my bonus 14. It is. Yeah. So 14, just the standard one this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 1d6 plus 2.
Go for it, buddy. Roll those bones.
3, so another 2, so 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You let this arrow through. Where you're aiming?
Face. Why deal with it? Why why neglect the classics?
You pull this arrow back, let it go, and it goes flying into this ogre's face. As it is kind of lumbering and roaring and just kind of letting out these horrible guttural noises, it goes straight into his mouth and shoots out the back, taking tongue and teeth with it and just flying out the back. Already, you guys, with all these huge heavy hits, you're starting to see whatever kind of weird magic is keeping this alive. It is starting to fade. Like some of the rib cage is starting to almost just crumble and turn back to dust and just rot and flesh away. And it's all slumping and almost melting, and just kind of bits of him are just starting to fall on the floor now as whatever is keeping him alive and in this world is already starting to fade.
Keep up the pressure, boys.
Keep up the pressure. Okay.
Unleash hell.
Isn't actually the ogre.
Say that again.
How do we know that the person I think I'm holding here with Bunzel isn't actually the ogre?
Wait.
Just saying.
You think Bunzel is the ogre?
Anything could be possible. You've got a dead girl's soul floating out and powering a city here.
I mean, in many cases, I think the real ogre in this room is hubris. That's what's brought us to this.
Yeah, you get some comedy, you get some action, and you learn a lesson. This is why I love Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, the ogre.
I love that they're having this, like, as we're positioning around there. Do you think Bunzel's the... Nah, hubris.
The ogre's like, oh.
The ogre, not being very intelligent and undead, will completely ignore Oran and go charging towards Finn, who has done the most damage. He is not going around, he is making a straight beeline. As he starts to run towards Finn, however, Oran, he is kind of leaving your area of attack, and you get an attack of opportunity against him. So almost you get to kind of swipe at his legs as he kind of runs away from you, because you are currently engaged with him and he is kind of leaving the combat area.
Yeah,
so,
I want to. I want to smash my warhammer right into, like, catch his knee. I want to take out one of those legs.
Take one of the legs.
Okay. 16.
16. That hits.
Hey!
Hey.
That's got damage.
D8. It's 4, but I get a +3, so 7.
7. Excellent. This ogre is just like, just running towards Finn, and you're like, oh shit, and you just clip one of his ankles and one of his knees as he runs towards you. As the ogre starts running, making a straight beeline, he semi-goes into the circle. Finn, you are absolutely fucking terrified as this undead ogre charges towards you, but you do notice, as he enters the weird device circle, he starts like almost slow motion moonwalking, as he kind of slightly starts floating and kind of hovering. It comes out of it and kind of thuds back down onto the kind of solid gravity, kind of kicks back in again, charging towards you. He's going to smash down against the ground and try and pummel you into the ground. Finn? Oh. Does a 24 hit you, Finn?
I mean, it's pretty obvious it does. Yes, easily.
You see him kind of
Too happy, Andy.
you see him kind of spacewalk for a second. You're like, oh, weird. There's a lot more going on in that circle than I thought. Oh shit! As he comes right towards you, slamming down his hands. You take 13 points of damage. Are you okay? Are you alive?
Oh no!
I'm concerned.
I'm concerned. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm so wounded I can't even see my damage point. Where is it? Oh, hell. So what was it, 13, did you say?
13, yeah.
Oh, my God. Right.
Are you up or are you down?
It's going to be a cliffhanger.
13
Join us next week.
damage. I'm alive.
Oh, okay. Whew.
It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good.
Okay.
Is it like didoo didoo
If
didoo?
I was a Pokemon, you'd be throwing Pokeballs at me like repeatedly. Right?
Yeah. Now's the time. Capture him.
I'm like that.
You're speaking my language.
Slither of health.
Okay. This ogre, these weird, grotesque, rotting limbs come thundering down and smash you into the dirt. You buckle and fall onto one knee and frantically in a panic stand back up, dizzy and confused and on your last breaths. And it is your go. What do you do?
I don't think I'd be standing, to be honest.
No.
But I am. So, okay. The bad boy spells have been used up. So I'm going to go for a... Well, he seems to be attracted mainly to whoever does the most amount of damage the turn before.
Give him a kiss.
Just give him a little stroke on the belly.
Heal him.
And you'll just get repelled from it.
That's a very good point, though. I think. Let me just check our backpack. I believe we do have.
We also
something.
might have the risky potion. What's
Okay.
Drunk that we've had that already today.
I have it.
Yeah, we had that at the start of the day. We were all
months
psychic
ago.
for a hot minute.
We've got 4 minor potions. I'm not sure what they heal. We've got a load of various coffee and cake
Don't
things.
you have the mage potion that would
coffee cake into
don't
your
you have
mouth?
one of those mage potions that would heal your hit points and restore some of your magic?
Do I have one, or do we have one, or?
You've got the bag.
I'm looking in the bag, mate. I can't
I think
see
one of those
shit.
coffees. I think there was like a lemon something or other.
There's a lemon zinger. There's a lemon zinger.
That's the speed
Right, yeah.
one.
Oh,
There was
I
a mage
see.
potion though, and didn't we? If my memory goes back as far as we did it in preparation for Home Alone, any of you that could do magic, we distributed them out when we were doing all of our prep. We can go back to the tape if anyone's got 20 minutes, but that's what I remember.
20 minutes? I'm not going to be able to find that one bit in 4 hours of gameplay.
Okay, I can see.
Yes, you have. You've got some healing potions. You have the what was called a mad mage, which I'm not sure what does exactly. You have the extra light lattes, which give you a flying bonus, being able to fly, and the lemon zingers, which increase your speed.
Fly, Carl.
You saying that, yeah, Andy, you saying that, I'm pretty sure that you did gift out the mad mages to the spellcasters.
Yeah, because I kept the lemon zinger, which I used to do that gun.
I don't remember exactly how many you guys bought of each. I think I've got it somewhere. Oh, here we are. You bought 4 mad mages.
Yes,
So
I can see it.
I'm happy
Yes.
that you guys have 1 each, for argument's sake. In this current situation, not being able to remember, and it's been such a long time. Apologies.
Yeah,
But let's say, for argument's sake, then everyone has 1 mad mage.
Perfect. Yeah, I didn't see it before, but now I can. Yeah, Mad Mage Rocket. It's because it's listed under the coffees and cake area.
Do you also have a pillow?
We've got the pillow. We do
Or
have
is that
the
under
pillow.
the mat?
Yes. Yeah. That's a
Oh
good
yeah, the
point.
pillow's like set up somewhere. We don't actually have it on our person.
Ian Visible was in charge of the pillow and was going to do
Has
it
in
when,
case it all goes south.
yeah, the big sleep, we called it. We were going to put bricks in the pillow as well to really ensure that people fell asleep.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should make clear for anyone listening, like if anyone listens this far into this bizarre campaign that we
And we
haven't
hope
played.
you do.
We
hope
haven't
you are.
played for, despite the fact that you listened to the last episode, maybe very recently. For us, we have no idea what we did in the last episode, or I don't certainly, because it was
No.
months ago.
We did take a Christmas sabbatical.
I mean, what we can say is thank you if you are listening. If you're not listening to this right now, you're an absolute dog. Get out.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're
sort
just
your
joining
life
us
out.
now, we have no idea either, so it's okay. Okay, yeah. If you'd like, you can use a minor action on your go to quickly chug the Mad Mage Mocha, and then still be able to move and do your actions.
Okay, I'm going to reduce our mockers down to 3. I would definitely like to whip out the mocker out of the bag with my bloodied hand.
You're coughing and the top of your head has been gashed open and your blood is pissing down one of the sides of your face, half the side of your face, all in one eye. One eye's like welded shut with blood. You uncork one of these potions you've got, the Mad Mage Mocker, and just huck that thing down your throat. It is cold and chunky. You would imagine this is probably better fresh and warm. It's not a keep for a while kind of potion. It's a fresh potion. But you get 1d4 plus 2 health back.
1d4 plus 2. So I roll the d4 now. 4.
Excellent. Plus 2, so 6 health points back.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
And deep inside your very core of your magical potential, you feel ever so slightly recharged, and you get 1 of your spell slots back.
Ooh, so that's the second level spells, would that be?
This will allow you to recharge a first, second, or a third if you have them.
Okay, I will recharge a second. Excellent. I feel refreshed, and I do a bit of a retreat to the complete opposite corner of wherever the creature is right now, if I can even make it that far.
Okay, just because it's been a while and we're still fresh to this game, if you are to run away from the ogre right now, he, like Oran just did, would get an attack of opportunity against you.
Ooh, no.
However, you can use your action instead of attacking to disengage. So you are able to safely get out of the creature's range and then run away. You wouldn't be able to do any like spells or anything because that is your action to disengage, but it makes you be able to run away from the creature and not get an attack of opportunity and still technically, in your case, probably be alive.
So was my main action the potion, or was that a minor?
Drinking the potion I'm allowing to be a minor action. So that is just a give me that you can do, and then on your go you get your action and movement.
Okay, brilliant. In that case, then yes, I would like to safely disengage if possible.
Yep, you use your action to disengage instead of casting spells or using weapons.
Yes.
And you just peg it across the room.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Rude a device like the ogre did, or round and round, like chasing kids chasing each other around the coffee table?
Just like straight for it.
Straight through it.
Oh no, not in the middle bit, because I saw that there's some sort of weird thing going on there. Possibly some sort of gravity force spell thing. So I definitely want to avoid that.
Okay, avoiding like the ogre did, you pretty much zip around the outside of the device, and you're pretty much now on the opposite side of the room with Oran and where the ogre was before it charged you. So we've got an ogre near Scamos and Uraprax, and then running over to the other side of the room is Finn and Oran, the device in between you guys. Excellent. That was pretty clutch. I thought I killed you then, I'm not gonna lie. Anything else? You can shout out to the teammates as a minor action or just a bonus action. You've got any bonus in your go?
Non-character speak right now. Dungeons and Dragons speak. What happens when you die?
Okay, we can quickly talk about that. When you, as a character, go to 0, you fall unconscious, and then what you do is you make death saving throws. What you'll do is you'll roll a 20-sided dice. If it is 1 to 10, that is kind of 1 strike on failure. And if you roll 11 to 20, that is 1 strike on success. And then whatever one happens first. If you get 3 strikes of failure and you're out, you die. If you get 3 strikes of success, you are alive but asleep and unconscious on the ground.
Got you.
With that, are there things that can interrupt that process? So, like, can someone raise you if they come and heal you, or can someone coup de grace you if they curb stomp you in the meantime?
Yes, that is an excellent question. If you are dead and unconscious on the ground, if a creature attacks you, it is 2 automatic failures against you, 2 strikes on your failures. So on your turn, you roll a dice. If it's a success, it's 1 success. If it's a failure, it's 1 failure. Whichever one you get 3 of first is what happens. If the bad guy is going absolutely buck wild and ape shit and attacking you guys while you're unconscious, it is 2 automatic failures on your death saves.
Whoa.
Right.
Healing someone?
If you get 3 strikes and you die, you're just dead.
You are dead, yes, and it is nothing short of miracles or spells that will bring you back. If someone is able to run over to your unconscious body and shove a potion in your mouth before you've got your 3 strikes and you're out on your death saves, you will come back up and alive, depending on how many hit points you've been healed via the spell or the healing potion. If you roll a natural 20 on these death saves, you waken conscious with 1 hit point, like you have a last fighting breath. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So don't fuck it up. Uraprax, it is your go.
So I'm near the ogre now.
You and Scamos are now near this ogre. It is on kind of your side of the room, as Finn has like fucked this and bolted to the other side.
I want to run up the ogre's back by treading on the back of its leg and scaling on it, and then trying to stab it in the back of the neck with my rapier.
Okay, that would be an acrobatics check to see if you can successfully start to climb up the back of this ogre.
We know that these go well. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
How big was that D20 that you just rolled?
Yeah,
it sounded like a brick.
Hard.
Oh, it's because it was literally right next to the microphone.
Oh, right, okay.
If I do it over here.
I thought you'd treated yourself and got some of those fancy metal dice that you can buy.
Or just like a big, like, my first D20. The size of
Yeah, like a big foam one. Dan, with your natural 20, you zip round the back of this ogre, you kind of jump off the heel, and you kind of reach up and grab some of its spine and its rib cage, which is exposed at the back. It snaps, and a rib cage comes flying out, and you're like, oh, fuck this, and you just start grabbing and tearing at this flesh as you scramble up onto the back of it. Very Shadow of the Colossus, you're kind of on the back of this now. Like, ugh. Yeah, go for a rapier attack.
I'm forgetting now. So I just rolled a 10. Do I add anything to it?
You rolled a d20. 14. That hits. Your rapier is 1d8 plus your dexterity.
Where are you? Oh, okay. 6.
6 total, or
6 total.
Excellent. You just stabbing and stabbing. Chunks of matter and brain are coming out of the rapier as you pull it out and stuck on the end of the rapier, but you're like, oh god, fuck this! As you just attack and attack. Okay, yeah, you've moved and climbed up the ogre. Anything else?
I should probably hop off. Can I do that?
Yeah, I'd let you hop off.
I want to hop off with a sweet backflip.
Oh, okay, yeah, acrobatics then, please.
Okay. 18.
18. You successfully tuck, backflip, landing behind this ogre. You haven't left its area of attack, so you haven't like disengaged with the creature, but you are behind it now. Anything else?
I just want to do that to Bundle. For the people listening, I'm pointing at my eyes to point at Bundle's eyes.
For those listening in the podcast,
I'm shading Bundle quite viciously.
He is kind of still in the kind of opening which goes up into the staircase, just confused about why his device that has been running for almost a good part of a year now has started to do stuff like this. Very just taken aback, glued to the spot in fear and confusion.
Quite this disaster with us arriving.
That is just a coincidence. I'm on the other side of the device from the ogre thing right now, yeah?
Yes, so it's you and Finn on one side of the device in the middle of the room,
Okay.
Uraprax, Scamos and the ogre on the other side. Again, a small 30 by 30 foot room, so you can easily close the distance and engage the monster if you wanted to.
Okay. Seeing my friend and colleague Uraprax so successfully attack this creature's brain has given me an idea, and I want to try something. So I want to run straight at the ogre through the device, and I want to use like the anti-gravity to like propel myself up and jump onto like, I want to get onto his head, and while I'm going up, I'm pulling out my hand axes, and I want to get both into his brain. That's what I want to do.
I love everything about that.
Okay.
Okay, you're like, fuck this. You stow your big warhammer on the back, on your back. You've probably got some fancy like back sheath to it. Pull out the 2 hand axes. Actually, they're bound to you, so you just click your fingers and they just appear in your hands. Nice. You charge towards the creature, straight for the middle. Fuck the magical weird device in the center. As you enter the weird circle, like the chalk line on the floor, everything becomes very blurry, very strange. All the sound is kind of muffled, almost like you're fucking like underwater or something, like very like whoa, 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 whoa. And even though you're running at full pelt and you know you're going as fast as you can, you kind of look around and you can just see this ogre is just like slow motion, like as Uraprax is stabbing into him. You take this kind of small little moment of opportunity as you kind of feel weird and slightly weightless to kind of kick off the ground, kind of almost 300 style, like wrench back my arms, leap out of the ground. You come out of this circle, and again, very much like a boom, as you come out, all the sound comes back, everything seems to be running at normal speed again, and you're just soaring through the air with this kind of anti-gravity boost that you've got with your jump, and you'll slam down the hand axes. Let's do one at a time. Obviously, you're going to whack both down at the same time, but for argument's sake and calculating damage, let's do one at a time.
Okay, so I'm just going straight for the hand axe, like I don't have to roll a d20?
No, still roll to see if it hits, and then roll the damage.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay, It's been a while.
Oh, shit. 13.
That hits.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, this ogre is rotting and slow and stupid.
Beautiful. So I've got... Do I get a roll for each hand axe? Sorry, I can't remember if this is...
so that was the first one. That hits. And then let's see if the second one hits.
5.
5. Unfortunately, that one misses. One of them connects and embeds into the skull of this creature. The other one kind of slips and just slices off here a bit of his shoulder ever so slightly. So 1 hand axe damage for me.
Oh, hold on. That was my damage. That was a d6 that I just rolled to get the... So I rolled a d20 twice.
Oh, okay, so... yep,
sorry.
That's my mistake. Okay, so the first one does 8 points of damage.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, I thought the second attack...
Apologies.
That's okay.
Apologies.
That's okay.
Yes.
Excellent. This first one connects and cleaves into its brain, into its skull. And then the second axe?
D20 again?
D20 to see if it hits, and then we'll do the damage.
There is a 16 that time.
That hits. Roll damage.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, hold on. I rolled a 1, but does my great weapon fighting count on my hand axes if I roll a 1 on a...
Unfortunately, that only counts for 2-handed weapons like your battle axe.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
Battle axe, warhammer, sorry.
It was a 4 because I've got a +3. So it was 1 + 3.
Alright. 4 points of damage. Still really good. This is horrible to behold. One of these axes has gone right into the skull. The other one has kind of almost hit a side temple and has sliced one of the eyeballs in half. Half embedded into the skull on the side and cutting it half cut open one of his eyes. It's
nice.
Just as it kind of wrenches backwards. But you're kind of on top of it now, just like fucking riding the ball.
Yeah, man. I want to stay up there too, so if I can just like hold on to his head, or there was an arrow embedded in his skull earlier. So if I can like grab onto that or grab into like the cavities of his eyes and his skull or something like that.
You are quite confident that unless you pull these out, these axes aren't going anywhere. You just hold on to these hand axes for bare life, for dear life. Okay, excellent. What a go. Scamos, what are you up to?
Right, so bearing in mind we've got Uraprax currently standing behind him doing his arms out, having backflipped off. We've got Oran hanging off him, axes embedded in the skull. I am hoping that I can dash past him and maybe hamstring him with my... so obviously he's got the weight heading forward. I'm going to run past him with my rapier and hamstring him as I go past, see if I can bring him down.
Yep, if you manage to get around the back of him, you'll be kind of shoulder to shoulder with Uraprax, but you would be flanking.
Great, can we do that then?
Yes.
Let's go for it. So, bolt around him, drawing the rapier as I go.
Mm-hmm.
And then let us roll on that. Sorry, let me get my sheet up so I can follow that one. So, rolled an 11, and I have +4 attack bonus on my rapier, so 15, sorry?
15 hits.
Nice. And then 1d8 plus 2. The d8 is... Now, this is where my memory fails me. Which one of these is an 8-sided dice?
When in doubt, look at the numbers.
Sadly, because they're digital, it's harder to manipulate them to check.
You got it, bud?
Here's the one.
Okay.
So, a 6 and then +2, so 8.
8, excellent. Are you sneak attacking?
I am, because I flanked him, haven't I? Whew.
Yes, you have.
Thank you for reminding me, sir. So
I wish I hadn't.
8 plus 2d6. So that's another 4 and another 5.
Another 4 and another 5. How do you want to do this?
Oh, okay.
So
in
down.
That case then, so I've dashed around, obviously wanted to take advantage there, so I ran round, did like a nice little cut across both of his Achilles tendons, what's left of them, and then as he starts to topple, I'm just really going to jab in at the base of his spine, right where his, vestigial tail would be if he had one.
Excellent.
Grind that rapier around.
Excellent. This huge ogre gives up the ghost and buckles onto its knees. Oran still riding on top. As it kind of collapses onto his knees, the force embeds the axes even more, and a part of his collarbone and ribcage seems to break, and you just... the whole head shunts down into the shoulders, and it just collapses forward. As it kind of collapses forward, it almost completely... not kind of vaporizes, but almost becomes completely spectral, ghost-like, see-through, and then almost kind of just disappears. You kind of pause, look over, and the weird tear and the rip in fabric and reality just all of a sudden kind of just slowly starts to intertwine, interlock, and mend itself and kind of weave itself back together. The weird kind of not rattling of the chains, but the red chains were taut and vibrating, almost like a guitar string, like a... They slowly start to come down to the original kind of low thrum of the energy. And everything just seems to go quiet.
I put my rapier back in its scabbard, mutter to my friends, "I ain't afraid of no ghost," and then turn my attention back to Bunzel.
I want to ask Bunzel if this has happened before, bearing in mind he's still under Zone of Truth.
He is. It has been a...
And also what star sign he is.
Okay.
I'm a Pisces.
Zodiac working in D&D.
There technically is a Dungeons and Dragons calendar. I don't know whether there are star signs and zodiac signs, but for argument's sake, he says Capricorn.
Such a Capricorn. Knew it.
So typical.
Typical Capricorn. He's still under the influence of the Zone of Truth. Yes, so he kind of still a little bit taken aback by all this. Looks at you guys and goes, "No, but again, no one's died in this room before. Maybe she knew that Marcus's spirit was here and it upset her, or maybe it was just because there was a second spirit in here. But no, this hasn't happened before. I believe me. I don't know what you want to do. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of turning it off. I've done a lot and I've helped a lot of people, and as I explained, even though she was sick and poorly and no hope of curing her, I asked her if she was willing to be experimented and tried to be put into this machine, and she completely agreed. She wanted to, in passing, still help the city and the town and the people. So I'm not turning it off. You have to speak to the lord of the town if you want to arrest me, or we're just going to walk away and we'll never talk of this again. And your town, Russellton, can have the power for free, of course. I'm not going to change that. Everyone can have it for free. And I
can't remember if I did this last time. Can I use comprehend language on Lillian?
Comprehend language is for let me check my knowledge on this.
Astroplanet beings.
I believe it is only for written. For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear, and you also understand any written language. Oh no, okay. No. If Lillian is speaking, you should. You must also understand. Okay. See, this is where it's going to get weird. This is
where it's going to get weird. Okay, cool.
Yeah, now it gets weird.
Still now.
You've got a symbolized intelligence core. Okay, so the spell Speak with Dead. You grant the semblance of life to an intelligent and corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer any questions you pose. Okay, so Lillian would obviously speak common, as she is human. However, because she's dead, she's not now speaking celestial. If a deity or an angel was to descend from the heavens and start speaking celestial to you, you could cast that spell to understand it. However, this is a ghost. This is the soul of a bound creature. It's not a case of understanding what she's saying. It's a case of having a spell that will let you communicate with dead.
Okay, so no.
So it's not like she's there speaking celestial, because she is a spirit. She is not of this world anymore. So casting a spell to get the soul to be able to speak again is what you need. It's not understanding, it's getting it to actually speak in the first place.
Okay, I think we should just go. I think everything's fine here. I think we're in a good position. The city has power. Lillian's clearly happy. Bunzel's clearly happy. Marcus, not so much. The weird ectoplasmic vagina is gone. So let's just go up the stairs.
I'm not happy about this.
I would like to ask Bunzel some questions.
I tell you, why don't we huddle up? I think let's before we get anything controversial, let's just think we can all agree on. How about we send Bunzel up to get a couple of slices of that nice coffee cake and put the kettle on. We'll have a huddle up while he's doing that, and then we can sit down over coffee. Well, we can't, because we're here with the machine. We're not going to leave him. We're not going to leave him thingy with that.
Hold on, Bunzel, are you going to run off?
I like that. That's good.
I don't. He's still under the zone of truth, isn't he? Oh,
brilliant.
How long does this last for?
It lasts for 10 minutes. I would say with that combat, because you were talking to him for quite a while in the basement before this whole thing happened, and with that combat being quite short, only about a minute, even half a minute of combat, because it was quite crazy and chaotic, you believe you're kind of nearly nearing the end of this 10-minute spell. Bunzel kind of puts his fingers together and kind of looks down at the ground a little bit. It's like, it had crossed my mind that if there was a chance, I would make a break for it and leg it.
Go and make a nice cup of tea, Bunzel. Don't be silly.
Leg it.
Hold on.
If you run away, I'm going to blow up this entire house.
All right, compromise.
Let me ask a couple of questions while he's still got the truth thing on. Right.
Okay.
They're slightly technical, slightly philosophical. So, say we all agree with this energy supply. How long, Bunzel, do you envision this energy supply working? Like, she's only got so much energy to give, surely.
From my understanding, again, this is magic and science way beyond any. This is new, beyond any comprehension. It's never been done before. She's not generating power. It is the spirit is naturally trying to ascend into a different realm of existence, into the demial afterplane. By tethering her here, it's the other side. It's not her. It's the other side which is generating the power. She is an anchor, almost a conduit of it. It could go on forever as long as the realm of the afterlife and the ethereal plane exists, which is a huge demi-plane of magic and etherealness. So it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It would be indefinite.
Okay, one follow-up question. If we all agree this is good, this is a very flimsy power supply with one pipe going here. We saw how close we came to it being destroyed today. If this goes on for another 100 years, there's going to be more close calls. Other people are going to find the power source. It's not sustainable. At some point, somebody will either break it, damage it, accidentally trip over it. Something's going to happen. And if the whole world becomes reliant on your power, they may start giving up some of their skills. And then all of a sudden that could be taken away from them, and they could be in a worse position than what we're in now.
I can see your philosophical standing on this. We don't want people to become complacent and lazy because of this power supply. There are some who their jobs have become irrelevant, but I've done my best to then hire them under my wing to continue the spread of the power supply. The golden thread needs to be delivered. The pylons need to be planted and based. I probably won't let people down in the basement again. Your friend there, Uraprax, barged his way in. I won't let anyone else in here ever again. I could maybe, given the circumstances, the power supply could be moved in theory. It would take a lot, but I could move it somewhere safer.
Could you build another one? And could you replace the soul inside easily?
I don't know what you people are implying. A minute ago you were all thinking I was evil for putting one person in it. I don't want to. I have no intention of making another one.
Let's not throw words around like thinking evil. We're evil. Come on.
I mean, we're going to kill like loads of people over the next few weeks, I expect.
We already have slaughtered a lot of people unduly.
We're not going to judge you here, but...
Yeah. We all make mistakes, but actually there is something to think about. So this power could last infinitely, right? And Bunzel, with the best will in the world, you, as a living man, will not last forever. You need to be thinking seriously about training a proper apprentice. Did we meet an inventor? Half armor these days. You should really be training an apprentice, so there is someone, maybe a good solid pipeline of people that you can trust, that are going to be able to run this safely in the future. And you're also going to need to have, until you understand what you can do to potentially move this to a safer location, very carefully make sure that you have more security here, because the thing I fear about this, and the thing that gave me pause to say, do we have to just shut this down, is that this in the wrong hands is a very dangerous thing.
Agreed. I must. There will be a point where I will need a successor. And you can start to sense that this zone of truth is starting to wear off a little bit. But he this little kind of bit of truth pops out of his mouth as he's like, if I'm being completely honest here, I was going to maybe make Marcus my successor once he had finished grieving and calmed down a bit, but he's dead now.
What about Flink?
Flink's we've got the man.
That's
Flink,
an armor guy.
Yeah.
Who?
Flink.
Oh,
Flink.
the inventor from Russellton, yes.
Yeah, has an armoured hand, owns a magic carpet big enough to carry a horse, that type of thing.
Big dealer in magic carpets, from what we understand.
I could recruit another mage to help me in this cause. If we're being, again, completely honest, I wouldn't do it immediately. I would probably wait until I'm in my waning years. Is it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Would
I
you
think we're
step
getting
into
lost
the
here.
machine, Bunzel, if it came to it?
You know what? If I was, if I had a successor who was able to understand and replicate this device, then I would gladly give my eternal soul to help thousands. Yes.
As your daughter did.
He's not under the soul.
As my daughter
I don't
did.
know if I believe.
With consent. Verbal consent.
I
Yes,
don't
she
know
did.
if I believe him.
He said it in Zone of Truth, dude.
No,
It's
it's
saying
wearing
zone
it,
of
He's
Fair
not
wearing
in
off.
Zone of Truth anymore.
No, but he was.
He did originally. Last game he did originally.
Did say that he would, and she had consent.
There was the plague that went round. If you
Yeah.
guys don't
Oh,
remember,
yes, right.
it's taken several. It took quite a few villagers' lives. You met a French blacksmith who had an adopted son, as the son's parents passed away from the plague as well that went round. Yes, she was sick. Much like the rest of the people in the town who got the plague, they had no cure and no answer to why it was going around. She was, for lack of a better word, not to be morbid, she was on her way out, and he came to her and was like, hey, I've got this magical machine that will power the entire city, maybe the world. It requires a soul. My sweet daughter, my love, you are not long for this world. However, in death you could save millions. And she consented and agreed before she passed away.
And Oren wants to destroy the beauty of that verbal contract.
I'll tear it all down.
Okay, guys. Rather
I'm
than let
on
us
the-
drag on, I think we
But
need
before-
to vote. Vote of
before
what
we
we do. Yeah,
Can we
go
just
on.
I have a thought. Before we
Yeah.
do that, can we because she's a spirit, right? So now please bear with me because I'm very new to this idea of death in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But if one of us was to die and be in this final 3 strikes thing,
Yep.
could we use the time between those 3 strikes to communicate with the fellow spirit and check?
I love it.
Because
okay. So it is
because I
very
could
much...
die and then speak to her.
Are you going to flatline as this?
This is
Yeah,
so
yeah.
risky.
I
Oh,
think
that
we should
weird film
flatliners it.
with Elliot
Yes.
Page, the flatline.
Yeah.
Oh well, I was thinking of the 80s one, but yes, same deal.
Can we
Jesus.
flatline as this?
Right, okay. First question. Do we need to?
No, but it'd be
That
fun,
is
though.
probably the better question to ask. Yeah.
I mean, if you want it, I'm all on board. But, you know, do we need
I mean, we
Because
can
here's
vote
my
anyway,
thing.
but now I kind of want to flatline as this.
to? Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if we do it, and then I just say, "Hey, Lillian, are you still up for this?" And
All
she
you
says
want,
yes.
you're going to put yourself on the brink of death just to hear a girl go,
Yeah, well then, but then we can sleep soundly at night.
because then you'd
You
have to
can
still
sleep.
roll
I'm
out. You'd
fine.
have to roll out of it. You might
No,
still die.
But my plan is foolproof because
We
you
can
guys
heal
can
him.
just pour a mad mage down my throat as I'm doing it, and then I get enough health back to come back.
You
I'll
got
have
the
to go rest
adrenaline in the heart.
But I mean, it
it's,
doesn't.
It's in theory it could work. I mean, Jesus, you guys are your fucking questions. Are there toilets? How much does a horse weigh? Can a magic carpet lift a horse? If I'm unconscious on the ground doing my death saves, can I see other spirits around me?
But if you're about to die, there's no way that you are yet a ghost able to speak to another ghost. It means you're still alive. You're just on death's door. It doesn't mean you are a ghost.
Experience.
I feel like I might be.
You are unconscious on the ground, breathing your last breaths. Technically, it's very much like in the films where someone's like, snap out of it, like shaking you and slapping you, like, come on, come back, kind of thing. Maybe, you don't know.
I mean, you're gonna see
Lilith, you're gonna see Park Kent, the whole shebang.
This is the person who is agreeing to technically die and flatline is the beefiest tank. It's going to take a fucking while. It's going to be you three just pummeling all around like, die! And
That's a good question. Okay.
Keep going, I'm nearly
Warren,
dead.
how do you propose we're going to kill you?
First of all, how great a finale to season 1 will this be?
I'm sold. I'm just curious.
Just grab the golden chains and electrocute yourself to fuck.
Yeah, I mean, we
just
can
jump into the machine.
We can pretty much choose anyway. We must have like. I know what I could do. I could eat one of the kippers. I'll eat the fucking kipper. Then I win the bet. Then I speak to Lilin. I save the day. It all comes together at once.
It all comes.
Do it.
Yeah, this is the perfect plan.
Nothing can go wrong.
Can I just say, right? As a dungeon master, you think and you plan for as many kind of outcomes as possible. You come up with cool ideas, and then to double check and make sure you're not kind of caught off guard, you come up with a bunch of different scenarios. Like we did when you were in Russellton and the goblins had taken over and were taking all the jobs. I had plans for if this happened, I had plans for if that happened, and then you guys were like, let's make a fake job and trigger more. And I was like, why didn't I think of that? And the same thing. What if we intentionally die to double check if this Lilin spirit is okay? Oh my fuck!
Have you had a single plan yet, Lewis, that we haven't managed to ruin as best we can?
No, you dick about with magical pillows. You try and make horses fly with flying carpet.
I do think it's in the best
several of the
interest.
horses in town.
It's in the best interest of our party going forward that John is able to sleep at night. Oren is able to sleep at night. Oren can move forward from this point in the adventure with a clear conscience. I think that is vital to whatever happens next. So, Oren, if you need to do this, I have your back, buddy.
Maybe we could throw the pillow at him so that he was unconscious while it was happening.
Hold it over his face.
Yeah.
Suffocate.
Can I just get the invisible to do it and then none of us are complicit?
Yeah.
I think eating the kipper is enough. I think it's like a sort of suicide pill at this stage.
It's not. It's an old, smelly kipper cyanide pill.
Please, Dungeon Master.
I beg your pardon?
Can you describe the kipper for us?
Oh my god. Almost exactly like the ogre you just attacked and fought. Oran pulls it out of his like satchel, and the tail almost comes off, almost like bloody a cartoon. The whole skeleton just almost comes off because this flesh is just rotting off the bone by now. You reckon it would make killing Oran easier, but would probably not kill him outright?
I think it's worth the 2 gold pieces I'd have to give to him.
Also, guys, another option. I'm looking through the bag. As well as 4 shot glasses and some minor potions, we do have 1 vial of poison. I didn't have a description for it, so I've wrote a generic general purpose vial of poison. It poisons things in a way that is very general.
That is right. You went into Shady Sally's and you bought poison.
So you could maybe pour the poison on the kipper and then eat the kipper with the poison on.
Gonna quickly make him a cyanide. No.
Guys,
Whip you one up.
I think it comes down to one thing. if we don't do this now, our listeners are going to be very upset.
No, we have
can't
to.
end.
We have to do it. It's just one of the best way to almost kill you.
Yeah. Okay.
If you maybe take the kipper when you're standing at the top of the stairs, then maybe what that doesn't do the full will.
Oh, okay, so take the poison and then huck yourself down.
You still the trap is still set at the top of the stairs if anyone touches the doorknob. So down the kipper, grab the doorknob, you'll get shocked, and switch it back on.
And then I want someone to hold the pillow over my face, so they're going to fall asleep as well.
Going.
Oh yeah, Ian Invisible. Yeah.
Also, we can get some ghost consent.
Yeah. That's literally all I'm going to say. I'm just going to ask Lillian, everything all right? This is all cool? And then you guys are going to pour Mad Mage down my throat, and I'm going to be back.
If she says no, I'm going to slap a bitch.
If she says no, then we have a conversation to have on the other side.
Not to keep you out, Oran, but if we've got a minor healing potion, is that better just to bring you back to life with? Because then you can just sleep to restore your magic, and then we've still got the better magics for another day. Not trying to dick you.
Just so you guys get a better understanding, so with these death saves, if you're in combat, they happen on your go. So each turn it is your turn, you will do a death save. A whole round of combat is roughly about 6 seconds. So you would need to kill Oran and then get him back up within like 9 seconds.
But when I was in
kill him.
When I was inside the device, wasn't it all in like slow motion? So I get extra time. Do I not?
You should have worked out the time distortion of like the Inception world.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
Hold on, let me Google time the formula for time distortion, and we'll work out the time.
Oh my god!
I just want to get you guys. Just have to kill me right.
Time seemed to be warped and go slower while you were in the device and while you ran through it, but you were alive.
It's all coming together.
If you were dead and in the device, I mean, you straight up killed Marcus in the room, and like a vacuum cleaner, his soul went zing straight up.
Oh,
you are. If you're gonna do it, I mean, I'm all for it. I think it's a fucking fantastic idea.
I also think it's clever how Lewis put all these pieces together to make us do this. Like,
yeah,
the fact that everything's aligning,
very
like the
clever.
warping.
When I gave you those kippers, like episode 3, I was like, yes, and they'll have them ready for the finale.
And Oran will kill himself. Okay, hold on. I have an idea.
No, hold on. I feel like I've lost the game a little bit here. Okay, so with the death saves on your turn during combat, and combat is roughly about 3 seconds per turn, you could technically do this. You reckon you could successfully incapacitate and kill Oran, bring him back. However, with what your knowledge is and how you kind of understand how the magical realm of Dungeons & Dragons works, timing is going to be vital. You have got literally seconds. It's not like the film where the longer you're in there, the cooler you are. You are going to literally have to time this to the fucking letter unless you want to die.
Okay, I summon the invisible. Down the stairs, mate, come on.
Get invisible down here. Finn, I think you have the steadiest hands and the thing. I think you should be ready to pour that potion down his throat at like, what second? Second 8?
Within 9 seconds, yeah.
8.6.
Is there hold on, there maybe a tiny safety net? Because
no, don't you start thinking about safety nets now.
Bacon wasn't thinking about safety nets. He was thinking about flatlining.
Lillian is being held tethered to the ground, so is there not some way that I can utilize her chains, or does what's his face? Bunsen? What's his name? Bunzel. Does he not have another chain that I can hold on to or something, just to kind of eke out 12 seconds or something?
Bunzel, if you want us at your house, you're going to have to help us.
Bunzel, give us a chain, man.
He looks exactly like I do right now. He's got his fucking hands over his face.
The sooner you give us a chain, the sooner we go.
These people, he tried to, granted on false pretenses, and he kind of tricked them. He's kind of got these 3 people to help him sort out this problem because he thought someone was attacking them. They've exposed his whole operation, and now they want to fucking team up and do some kind of afterlife bullshit.
Hold on.
Let me
I've
roll.
got it.
Let me roll for Bunzel. 1 second.
I've got another... Because Bunzel has already given me some golden thread. So will that not do the same job as the golden chains?
Let
How
me
would you use it?
let me
Eat it?
roll. Let
No,
me
I would just tie it
roll.
around my waist or something. I don't know.
Let me fucking roll. Give me a second. Okay, intelligence is
We end up summoning another rotten ogre.
Oh, yeah. See, that's a risk. And I'm going to be dead.
Not for long though.
We'll bring you back up.
Okay.
We'll just bring you around quicker.
We could just cliffhanger this season and just on me dying.
Yeah,
and just
because
cut it
like
there.
3 weeks to figure this out. Okay. Bunzel thinks for a minute. We could wrap the chain around you, the thread around you, and if your friends were able to hold on and be strong enough, I mean, those pegs, and he kind of gestures the big chunky golden rods which are kind of embedded in the ground, which are pinning the chains down. Like I took a lot of brute force to put them in, and magically enchanted them to not move as well. It would take a great deal of strength to hold on to you if you were to die. I don't have any other golden pins to hold you down. It would have to be you 3 who kill your friend. It might give you a couple of extra seconds. I don't know.
That sounds like a guarantee.
Why do I suddenly think that Oran Hammerhand is not coming back for season 2?
Or that we're all going to like flow up with him into that dimensional plane.
Wee!
Although, what an arc! This would be your lost honor restored. Surely, what a glorious moment!
That's true. That is true.
Is it lost honor restored? Is it?
Killing
Well, in
yourself
many
for no
ways.
reason.
No, didn't you? Like, if I remember our chats on the road, didn't you want to restore? Didn't you take a dive back in one day? In many ways, you're taking a dive today. But this time, it's for the right reason.
It really is. I don't even know if we've actually gone into the character backstories during a recording, but there is a backstory to Oran that will be on the website or something like that. Yeah, I took a dive, you're right. And I've never lived down that shame, so this is my chance.
So now you're going to sacrifice it to get consent from a dead girl who've already had confirmation from her father under Zone of Truth that this was her request, just for the sake that you can discover whether or not she said yes or no.
No,
at the point that her father said she did.
I accept that she said yes originally. What my problem is now, because no one knows what to expect on the other side, I want to make sure that she still is happy with this setup.
What if you can't speak because it's so painful, so all you can manage is like, ah! And then that's all you get for 6-7 seconds.
Well,
I'm just going to write that down.
Well,
okay.
You're going to pour in the thing anyway, so just kill me, give me 12 seconds or however long I've got, then pour in the thing, and I'm going to try and get as much information.
You're eating the kipper with vial of poison.
Yes, yeah. But you might have to finish me off. I don't know how much.
And just wait for season 2 when we're going to meet Moron Slapperhand.
Yeah.
If Oran's
evil brother just written in the next village.
If Oran just offers no defense, could we just? Is there half a brick around here? I could just quickly.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Make it so.
I pull out the poison and I hand it to Oran very slowly.
I'll instruct the invisible to come closer. Careful with that pillow.
Okay,
Yes.
the invisible comes forward.
And
We just take a step back because we cannot fall asleep while he's dying.
Oh, wow.
Particularly if another rift opens.
Yeah. Finn, you get ready with the potion.
Okay.
I've got the potion ready. I pour it into a celebratory shot glass.
Nice. I quickly nudge Bunzel. Hey, Bunzel, after we've sorted this out, do you reckon you could put some electric in this glove I've got?
If another like ogre comes out, try and like tie the chain to him or something like that. I feel like he would be got a bit of strength, but
I'm just gonna throw Bunzel at him.
guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on the road with you these last few however long we've been on the road.
It's been 2 days.
We've known these guys roughly about a week.
Oh.
But now I must do this. I have to know if Lillian is happy with this setup, and even if it means risking all, and I hope that, you know, if this is the end, then season 2, you remember me fondly, and let's do it. Let's see what happens.
I doff my hat and just say, "Sir," to the fish bet.
I look around for a brick.
Okay, what else are you doing? Are you using the thread? Are you using the golden
Be
chain?
specific.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm using
Be
the gold.
specific.
I'm using the golden chain.
Okay.
To try and tether my soul to this mortal coil for seconds longer, so that I can speak to Lilith. I am like right outside the perimeter of the device, so that when I die, I want to like fall. When like Scamos like clocks me over the back of the head with this brick, I want to fall into it so that I just, you know, I'm with Lillian straight away.
Okay.
So, just for my clarification as well, when does Ian need to pound you with a pillow?
I mean, anytime. He can just jump on. Like if it looks like
you could all time this at once. He could neck the potion, get whacked in the face with the pillow and a brick, and see if that's enough to knock him out and kill him.
Yes.
Okay. So what are you doing with the golden thread?
the golden chain.
The golden. There is obviously the 2 big chunky golden chains keeping Lillian there, but you guys have a little bit of this golden thread.
Okay. Sorry.
Like the pylon stuff.
I mean, I don't really know how her soul is like tethered there. Bunzel, have you got any suggestions on how I can attach this to my soul rather than just my body?
But maybe similar to my daughter. Maybe put it round your wrist.
Okay, I tie it around my wrist, and I do a really good knot, like a double knot.
Double knot.
Wait, what are you tying the other end to? Is your Uraprax holding it? Are you tying it to the doorknob or the table leg?
Who's got the most strength second? It's me, isn't it? I've got 15 strength.
I mean, it's a long bit of thread, so I want you all to hold it if you can, like wrap it around like a sort of tug of war team, you know, like get someone on the everyone's holding it and it's like wrapped around someone, all 3 of you.
Yeah. Should we tangle it around a lot of us? We'll put it around my tail.
I got like a whole spool of it. Yeah, I got like.
Okay, wrap it around all of our waists. I'll go nearest.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, we need potion bearer nearest. Actually, we need someone pummeling with a brick. This whole thing is chaos.
Thank you.
Let's
I agree.
circle him and let's bind ourselves to him.
Yeah. So we'll circle it through all of our belt loops.
Just like this within distance, like. We got to keep our head away from the pillar. Carl's got my hand up ready to give him a potion, and you've got to try and get some leverage to hit him like that.
Do we still think do we still think we should do this? If we're if the team, yeah, okay,
it's gone too far now.
Yeah, we are. We're through the looking glass.
We tried so hard, we got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Let's go.
Truer words were never spoken. Okay, and then when I drop, Ian Visible's going to jump on me. I'm going to. Just because all this is going to happen at once, my intention. Let's say I've already tied a double knot around my wrist. Let's say you guys have already got the loop around you. I am gonna munch down on this kipper, wash it, shoot it down with the poison chalice thing. Then I'm gonna get pillowed in the face, and maybe someone's thrown a brick at me as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can either brick him, or if we didn't need the head trauma, I can just hold his nose and cover his mouth.
Yeah.
I have worries about this pillow.
Yeah, let's not accidentally all fall asleep.
Ian, back to the top of the stairs.
Okay,
No pillow.
This floating
No,
pillow.
no
just kind
anaesthetic.
of
This
trundles. No anaesthetic.
You're going to feel every second of this.
Yeah, so what we're going to want is, because we want to fight his natural instinct to struggle if someone's suffocating him, let's take the poison that will take the edge off it, and then I'll bash you with a brick and then hold your nose.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Thank
hang
you.
on.
You're a
Hang
true
on.
friend.
We've got one extra item. We've got a dragon fire, which I've got listed as half drunk, but it is incredibly high in alcohol. You could maybe neck that first.
Oh, but then my spirit might be drunk.
Oh yeah. Dungeon Master, do ghosts get drunk?
Do ghosts get drunk?
My spirit drunk.
I can't have you. You've got literally 8 seconds to ask this ghost girl if she gave informed consent about this.
Okay, so that's a good point. Before we go through this, because I think this is all going to happen quite quickly.
You think?
Let's get our heads together right now. What is the best way? Because she's going to be shocked to see me, I expect. What is the quickest way for me to ask this question? Let's have let's get a script together.
Okay, how about... I've only got 6 seconds, please hurry up, I need to know the answer. Done.
Yeah, see, that doesn't work for me. No. Just, I mean, gosh. Do we just say...
Just disappearing. Does it hurt?
Yeah, just like literally say, are you still good with this? Is this all still good? Is this all still cool? That gets to the point pretty quickly, but...
Are you still good? I think that sums it up, doesn't it? Are you still good?
Because you'll also know if it hurts, because you'll be in that state.
Say that again?
You'll also know if it hurts, because you'll be in that state.
That's true, I'll get to experience it. You're right. Okay.
You're dying, you're going into the ethereal plane, hopefully. You're going to get the attention of this girl.
I'm so
ask
excited.
her UK, and that's it.
Like, Lilith Bunzel. Is Bunzel his first name, or is he like a Madonna?
He is Professor Bunzel. Bunzel is his last name.
Okay, so Lilith Bunzel.
Lilith.
Are you okay? Are you in pain? Lilith.
Yeah, let's
Lilith
get that right
Bunzel.
before we interrupt her slumber.
Lilith.
She'll be like, "Oh, sorry, no, I'm Lilith, not Lilith. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Back to Lilith."
Wrong
How
person,
embarrassing.
and then you go back.
Wake back up. Oh, it's the wrong person.
Yeah,
I mean, arguably, we could do this whole thing more than once if it works.
That's true.
Yeah, once every 6 months we should check in. I mean,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
we being selfish and asking Bunzel if he wants to talk to his daughter?
Well, let's just kill Bunzel.
Let's kill Bunzel.
Look at him holding the brick.
Okay, so I'm literally just saying, Lilin, are you okay?
No, maybe
That's
like...
what we're in agreement.
What about, like, are you still fine with being used this way?
On a scale of
Okay.
1 to 10, how would you rate your pain?
Are
Happy
you?
face or unhappy face?
Give me an emoji.
Show us on this
Lilin.
doll where it hurts.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Just appear.
Right.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. This.
we've completely lost the plot. Right? Oh, you guys are doing this, yeah?
Yeah. I'm just going to ask her if she's okay. That's the only thing I'm confident will fit into the time. Lilin, are you okay?
So you're eating some kipper, you're drinking some poison, and if that's not enough, you're getting a whack around the back of the head.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need me to roll for finding bricks?
No, I think there was a couple of spare bricks on your dossier when you went to Old Jeb.
Yeah. I've got a nice one, a nice red clay. It's firm construction,
Nice red clay.
sharp corner.
Okay, Oran, you eat some of this kipper. It is fucking disgusting. This has also been dropped in the sewers, don't forget. Covered in probably blood from the weird fox gnoll-like creatures in the sewers, and it's been rattling around in your bag, collecting bits of hair and dust on it. You take a bit, and it is vile. You're immediately almost retching. You manage to kind of keep it down and neck this potion. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me? However, because you've just eaten a disgusting kipper, this is going to be with a disadvantage. Roll twice and take the lower number.
In many ways, you've given yourself an advantage for what we want to do.
Yes. By disadvantaging yourself, you've given yourself the advantage of trying to die.
You're like, yes, 1.
The first
Critical
one,
fail.
the first one was 2 plus 5.
Okay.
17. So 7 is my constitution.
7.
The disadvantage.
You, the effects of this poison are very instant and rapid, and you take 14 points of poison damage. Is that enough to kill you?
No.
No, okay. You are coughing and spluttering, and you kind of turn and look at your friends like, it ain't working.
Right, so I will.
This was a terrible idea.
I'm standing behind him. I take it. So this is a sneak attack. He hasn't had an attack in combat, so that'll be an assassinate with a brick.
Okay, so roll just straight up strength or dexterity, whatever you use to mainly attack.
I'll take dex.
Okay.
Right, so. Oh shit! Natural 20.
Oh, okay. So
and then I have plus 2 on dexterity.
okay, so natural 2022. Normal, just straight up punches, unless you're like a monk and stuff, just do 1 point of damage, which is doubled. So 2 points of additional damage as you huck this brick at him. Stuff like improvised weapons, if you're doing like tavern brawls and stuff like chairs and tables, usually just do 1 point of damage. However, it is a sneak attack, and with the critical hit, that's 4d6 instead of 2d6.
So we've got 2 as standard, and then we're going to have 4d6 of damage. So 6,
Nice.
5,
Oh.
another 6. Holy shit! And
You've already
a
killed
2.
him. You've already killed him.
19, so an additional 21 points of damage as you just
With a
clobbing
brick.
this fucking brick.
I'm imagining like the Hulk from the Avengers holding a brick, just like, absolutely smashing it.
Just Orange, just face first.
Aye.
Okay, you crack him over the head with this brick, and you hear this horrible, sickening crunch as you whack the back of his skull, and he goes down.
Finn,
Strangely-
flip him over. You're going to need his mouth accessible.
Yeah.
I'm
What
dead.
you're counting like 1,000.
As soon as he goes down, the golden thread which was round his wrist slips off and is almost like a fucking kite now, and everyone holds on for fucking dear life. Everybody else roll a strength for me. Because, like Mary Poppins, this kite is very strong going to fly away.
Mary Poppins, y'all. Oh.
Don't say that.
7.
Oh shit.
15. I have a -1 on strength, I believe, so 14.
Yeah.
We really didn't pick the right person to do this, did we?
Didn't have a chance, mate.
And 13 and Scamos.
I also have a 13 because I rolled 14, but I have -1 on strength.
Excellent. You all, like tug of war, you guys all slip a little bit, but you manage to bed your heels into like the grooves of the stone cobble floor, and like it's this golden thread goes up and is like almost side by side with Lillian, and it is taut, and you are holding on for dear life. It's almost like
How are we supposed to put the potion in his mouth?
You
Alright.
guys got to figure that out. Okay. Do you want to describe what it's like? Okay, yeah. This is not my countdown timer.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
You are almost, it's weird, it's like you're hanging from your wrist, but you're at a sideways angle, so like you're kind of like someone getting dragged along if they've fallen off the, like if they're water skiing and they've dropped their skis but they're still holding onto the rope. It looks a bit like that. Everything has a weird kind of greenish purplish hue to it. It's kind of like a weird kaleidoscopiness, like there's weird purples and green hues all kind of swishing and swirling around you. Everything else seems to be going quite slowly. You can see everyone's heaving backwards and digging their heels in, your three friends, as they kind of wrench back to try and keep this thread tethered to your arm, but it's all going quite slow motion. You kind of look back at them, and you kind of turn your head, and you can see Lillian. Very similar to like she already looked, this weird ethereal thing, a bit more solidness to her now as you have slipped into the ethereal plane with her. She's looking up. She doesn't even know you're there right now. And you can just hear her. She's like, oh, so close. I'm nearly there.
Lillian!
Mum?
Oh, God.
And she kind of looks and like you guys see it. Lillian, the spirit in the real world, as you guys are all grabbing on for dear life, the Lillian spirit in the real world turns and looks to where this magical tether golden thread kite is. Back in the ethereal plane, she kind of turns and looks at you. Oh, hello.
Lillian, do you want to stay here or do you want to go up there? Are you okay?
There's 2 questions. There's too many questions.
Shit. I panicked.
we practiced this.
Roll a death save for me.
Oh, this is a
Yeah,
D20,
so
right?
one.
This is a
3
D20,
seconds.
10 or lower, and that
14.
is
14!
one success, so you're okay. She kind of looks at you, very calm, very relaxed, very docile. Kind of looks at you, just perplexed a little bit. Kind of looks up again. Kind of looks back at you. It does look nice, but I promised I'd help Dad. You guys back in the real world, you're like 3-1,000, like 4-1,000. Like, should we do it now? Should we do it now?
We definitely need to do this now.
We need to work out how we're going to get a fucking... Oh, because is he still on the floor? But his thing... So he's fine.
His
I'm still
body is on the floor.
Okay, yeah, we're there. I'm there.
Oran's body is on the floor. However, the golden thread slipped off of his wrist, and it is like a fucking kite up in the sky.
Yeah.
Can I still speak to Lillian while they're doing that? No, I guess not.
Yeah. For argument's sake, you have had your go. You've managed to chat to Lillian. You've done a death save. It's everyone else's go. What are they doing?
Finn, get near his mouth.
I mean, I'm obviously pouring these potions down his throat as fast as possible. And that's about it, I think.
Kate, so you let go of the thread.
Yes, I guess.
One hand. You can uncork a potion with a thumb, right? Take the one with your teeth.
Hold on, you didn't uncork it before I went
Well,
in?
no, I
Fuck.
poured it into a celebratory shot glass already, so I'm already holding that with one hand, I think.
Yeah.
So if I'm at the front, I hopefully can just reach over and pour it.
Okay. Let's have Uraprax and Scamos do another strength check as one of the party members is letting go of this magical kite.
9.
I got a 12, but I want to use my inspiration to re-roll.
Yes, you can do that.
Does it have to be this final number, or can it be either?
You can choose either of those. You can choose either of the outcomes.
I'll stick with my first. 12.
Okay.
Which is higher than last time.
You guys slip a little bit, and again, but you're still holding on for dear life. Oran, as she kind of literally says, like, I promised I'd help Dad, you kind of go up a little bit.
Just as you hear.
Is this my turn again?
No, this is all just happening and instantly.
Okay.
Finn, you are rushing over and you're putting him in there, putting the potion in his mouth. Okay, which one were you going for? The Mad Mage?
No.
So we've got 4 minor potions and we've got 3 Mad Mages left. So I assumed we were going to go for the Mad Mage because I think that was better. But if a minor potion was better, we probably
We
would
just
have
need
gone.
to be slightly alike.
You just need to not die.
You're with oh my god, what is her name? Oh my god, it's all coming full circle. It's worked. I did it. I'm a dungeon master. With your time that you spent with Wiggins Silver Eyes, learning how to make potions with Vita Root back in Russellton, and your drinking of a Mad Mage, you reckon a Mad Mage doesn't heal you as much. You reckon a normal standard potion of healing does better than the Mad Mage Mocha, because the Mad Mage Mocha gives you other benefits such as spells back.
Can you only give somebody one potion at a time?
In this splits kind of 3 seconds on what is your turn in kind of Dungeons and Dragons, and this instant 3 seconds that you've probably got left while you think that Oran is still able to come back to this real world. You reckon you could get one potion in him? Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'd have already poured the one potion into the shot glass. I sort of go, "Cheers, Oran," and I pour it into his mouth.
Alrighty. A normal healing potion, yeah?
I think so. All we had was a minor.
Oh, but it's not the Mad Mage Mocker, basically, is what I'm saying.
No, yeah, the potion,
Cool.
That's right.
Alrighty. 7 points of health healing back you get, Oran.
Oh, lovely.
As soon as this potion touches his lips, all the tautness of the thread and the magical tether kite instantly just flops onto the ground. Oran is there, kind of comes back with a start.
I move out of the way from his vapid breath.
Yeah, I maybe throw up first.
Yeah, bits of kipper and poison, come back out.
Guys,
It worked.
I spoke to her. I did speak to her. I mean, obviously, you have no idea what she said, because how could you? So let me recount it now. But she said it I asked her. I panicked. I asked her 2 questions. I probably confused the poor girl. But she said that it looked nice. She was she wanted to go up to be with her mum, I guess. I think that's what she said. So she was looking up into the heavens. She said that it looked nice, but that she did tell her father that she would help. And before I got to ask any follow-up questions, I was pulled back. So thank you for that. Thank you for not letting me die. But this is inconclusive, isn't it? Is it? What do we think about that?
It is a little bit. You didn't tell us, Bunzel, that your daughter was a bloody politician. What a straight answer out of it. And now I've spiraled into existential crisis.
Bunzel is making a beeline over to Oran. It's like, what did she say?
She said, when I first saw her, she didn't notice me. And she was looking up to the heavens, and I guess she was looking at your wife. She was talking about her mum and how nice it looked up there with your wife, with her mum. But she went on to say that she told you that she would help you. So she obviously feels indebted. She's made a promise to you, and she feels that she wants to withhold it. But in my opinion, she would rather be...
What are you making opinions for?
I'm just saying, my opinion.
No.
This guy saw the
Right,
afterlife.
kill
He's
me.
allowed
I'm going up. I'm going to talk to her.
I ready to break. Old painless.
I start tying the rope round my wrist.
I'm just saying, Bunzel, how do you feel about that? Okay, discounting my opinion entirely. I was kind of woozy. I'd just been hit in the head with a brick. However,
she's like a gash in the back of your skull.
Everything I said before that, everything I said before my opinion was correct. She was looking up to your old missus. She said how nice it looked, but she's doing this for you.
He kind of looks at you guys. See, I've been completely honest. She agreed. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I wish I could get a chance to speak to her again, but I think I would be in the same position. I think it would look very nice, the world beyond this one. But yeah, she agreed. She agreed. Kind of points to all of you like.
Let's go, Finn.
I want to destroy the machine.
Oh, what a turnaround! What a twist in the tale! Finn wants to destroy the machine now.
I was always borderline.
I'm with him. I don't like Bunzel. I've decided.
I feel like Finn is probably going to be the only one with magical powers capable of doing it. So I'm going to get Ian Visible to slap him in the face with a pillow.
But the radius
will drag him out the goddamn house.
The agreement was that we vote at the end.
Yes. I vote destroy.
I also vote destroy.
No.
No.
I'm in a difficult situation.
It's all come down to Scamos.
Oh, what a great finale to this.
So what we've learned is after killing Oren and bringing him back and speaking to a dead girl, we're still no further on than we were at the beginning of this fucking episode 2 hours ago.
No, we're so much further on because like we've had a total change and reversal in Finn's entire opinion, or maybe not, he was withering, but that's a major story beat.
She's fine. The city's fine. Who are we to make the decision on behalf of all of these people? Bunzel's bored of us. I've got an invisible man holding a pillow. You've got a gash in the back of your head and you've seen the nether. I just want to go and sit down and have a coffee and a cake and just say, job well done, we found Bunzel.
Logically, this energy supply cannot last forever. Whether
Not
it be
with
tomorrow or in 100 years, it's going to fail, it's going to get discovered, something's going to happen. She might as well go to the heavens now.
This is big. This is huge. And yeah, okay. I mean,
was there, just kind of.
This is going to be a problem.
Concentrating, thinking.
Let's not pressure Scamos right now, but let's say Scamos says no, then it's 2 outside. It's 2 apiece. What do we do in that situation?
We roll for it.
Bunzel's there. Don't I get a vote?
Yeah, give Bunzel a vote.
Bunzel has made his point. He wants to keep the machine going, and he has no intention of turning it off. He is very clever and brilliant, but just a man, and it's not like he's going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to fight you." If you kind of thing, he obviously can't stop you guys if you use force and stuff and pin him down or just push your way past him. He's just a man. He can't really stop you guys.
As we stand here debating what's going to happen, the world above is turning. People are living their lives. There's a city of hundreds of people enjoying the fruits of this labor. We promise power to other cities, to other towns, to enrich their lives and to bring us into the next generation of what the future holds. And you, with one little swift blow of the candle, want to just snuff it all out and deprive hundreds of people of benefits.
These benefits will not last, and it's going to be...
Not if you extinguish them!
It's going to be a harder break in 50 years or 100 years than it will be
I
today.
feel like I'm pacing around while the guys are talking about this, just pacing up and down, thinking...
Who's to say Bunzel's already not thinking of the next person he's going to knock up so we can have another kid that he can kill and then put their soul up to power the city?
Wow.
The instruction's there, they just need the power source.
If Bunzel has a vote, it's 2-2, which means
He
Scamos
doesn't get a vote.
would have the deciding vote if we want.
Ian gets the vote.
Ian.
So I'm pacing around. We're all talking about this. I imagine it's getting quite heated. I'll give you some internal monologue. I'm walking around here. I'm not voicing this, but I'm looking at my gauntlet thinking, if I could get like an electric punch here, what an amazing time. And then on my other hand, I'm looking at the brick, simple construction. This is what we already have of the world. This is what we could have on the other hand. And then I look up quietly as I pause, pacing around, and I think to myself, nah, easy come, easy go. I knock out Bunzel with the brick. I'm standing behind him right now. And then I look at you boys and say, burn this fucker down.
Well, I'm going to go up and sit on the roof.
He's escaping, that's it.
I'm not watching this if this is happening. And I'm also...
Yeah, I say to you two, I say to Oren and Finn with your destructive power, dismantle this. I will drag... Do you want me to roll for knocking Bunzel out? Or bearing in mind they're surprised until I get him?
I'm just realising that like Lewis probably planned a whole season 2 around like an electric city or something and we were just about to destroy it.
No, I'll let you have that. You clock Bunzel around the back of the head. He was too busy kind of looking up at Lilin and kind of engrossed in the fact that for you guys and your sheer tenacity and just thinking outside the box, he could probably find a way to talk to her, and he was already contemplating and starting to consider the fact that he might be able to get a chance to talk to her if he built like a second device. And then you just clobber him round the back, and just falls to the ground, knocked out.
Yeah, not dead, non-lethal, and
Okay,
then I'm gonna.
he's knocked out. What do you do?
I'm going to tell these boys to burn it down. Oroprax has gone to the roof. I'm going to carry Bunzel upstairs and extract my goddamn expenses.
I want to, as he does this, command the Invisible to come in and try and activate the pillow on all of us.
No.
It won't work on Finn. He's
Right. Before Ian gets anywhere, I look at Oroprax really seriously. I go, "I'm sorry, Oroprax. It had to be that way. It has to be this way." And I fire a scorching ray straight at the device.
Oh, okay. Right. Let me have a quick look. This might be a.
Got a professor over my shoulder, like, huh?
I'm just still vomiting up the kipper.
Yeah. Okay. You're just aiming at the kind of the device itself. That you don't have to roll to hit. All three of these rays will hit, but let's see if the rays do enough damage to break the machine. So in total, that is 6d6.
Oh.
Wow.
So if all three of the rays hit and they're 2d6 each, 6d6 to see if you can do enough damage to break this machine.
6, 2, 3, 6. How many is that? Is that 4?
That is 4.
2, 2.
Okay. 10, 20. I count that as 25. 6, 8, 11, 17, 19.
Do I get an attack bonus of +5 on that?
No. That would to see if you hit, but we're already negating the fact that you.
Oh, yes, I see.
Okay, 6, 8, and then so you did a 3, which should be 11, and then a 17, and then a 19.
Oroprax is distraught
21?
seeing these flames.
I believe it is 21 points of damage.
That's got to be enough.
I mean, I can fire stuff at it.
Let me just consult my. Yep, 21 points of damage. That's not enough.
Oh my god.
These magical golden chains and pinions, these big golden pinions in the ground, you're just hucking fireballs at it and it's just exploding. The weird Full Metal Alchemist transmutation circle, which is like this etched chalk line, this intricate chalk kind of symbol on the ground, is being scorched and destroyed. However, it's still not enough. This one attack isn't doing it. One of the chains is kind of a little bit slack and loose, and Lillian has kind of cracked to the side a little bit.
Invisible, please.
Is there an order? Is there an order to how we can attack this, or can we?
That is the point.
Free.
Okay.
Are we rolling initiative against ourselves now?
For argument's sake, because everyone was saying stuff at the same time, let's do Invisible next. So Invisible.
Are you actually going to knock us out?
He's gone rogue.
We voted.
We didn't. Scamos smacked Bunzel with a brick.
That was the deciding vote.
The pillow saunters over, and I guess Invisible just throws it on the ground to activate it, and just whoosh, just AOE sleep spell comes whooshing out of it. Oh my god! Right, okay, sleep spell. Here we go.
I can literally see the scene in my mind, like us all fall into the ground. This machine just about still working, but this ghost is probably like on fire, like ah!
5, 8. Oh wow! Okay, 20. Okay, not super. Oh no, actually, not bad. Not bad rolls. Not bad rolls. Okay. Where did you?
If we all go to sleep, by the way, that's the end of the season.
yeah.
It was all a dream.
So I was dragging Bunzel up the stairs, or was moving to. I'm not sure how far I got before this kicked off.
Bunzel was quite close to the device because he was looking longingly at Lillian. So you're quite close to the device as well. Finn is quite far away from the device because obviously he threw fire at it, so he's not too close to it. However, Finn being
right next to it.
Yep, Finn being elven is not affected by this sleep. So let's start with Scamos because he knocked out.
I'm right by it. Yeah.
How many hit points do you currently have?
I'm currently on. I didn't take any damage in that fight, did I? No.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
No. In that case, from the previous fight upstairs, I still have 19.
You have 19. You fall asleep.
Oh. Is it a restorative sleep? Will I get that rest, or does it depend how long ago?
What kind of magic? Is this like magic damage? Is it poison damage? What kind of damage is it that the pillow does? Is it damage at all?
What thread count is a pillow?
To make you guys instantly fall asleep, it is very high. It doesn't do any particular type of damage. It's just the sleep spell, and this is how it works. Okay, so you had 19, did you say?
19, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I've got 5 hit points remaining. How many have you got, Oran?
Is this going to hurt me? Because I've
Yes,
only got
7 right now, right? When we brought him back.
It affects everyone, and if I start subtracting from the first. If I've still got points after they fall asleep, I start subtracting.
Get healing potions ready.
Yeah.
I can't
Oran,
believe
how many?
you killed me. 7.
Twice.
You let out a big yawn, and you are down to 2.
Oh,
Because I only had 5 points left on my sleep spell.
jeez, that's dangerous. Dangerous stuff, Uraprax.
So the pillow damaged Oran.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. If the pillow doesn't get you to 0, does it still affect you?
Does that mean that
the creature with the? Oh, I apologise. Start with the creature with the lowest current hit points.
So, do we undo what I did?
Yep.
So, like Prince of Persia, Sands of Time,
I have Ian Invisible throws this pillow down. I believe Oran has the lowest hit points
7.
with 7. You fall asleep.
Okay, but am I dead? Or am I just asleep?
No, you are just asleep.
Okay.
But with the 7 health points still.
When you wake up, he'll be on 7.
The lowest hit points. Each creature affected by the sleep spell falls unconscious until the sleep spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next hit points. No, so you are still at 7 hit points. You are just asleep.
Okay.
Right, got you.
Scamos, how many do you have?
19.
Actually, no. Sorry, who's got the lowest?
I've got 18.
I've got 10, but I don't think it affects me.
You've got 10, but it doesn't affect you because you're
So me.
elven. So you, and how many have you got, sorry?
18.
I've only got 17 points left, so you do not fall asleep.
It's just me.
Aura falls asleep.
Probably for the best.
I've had quite a day.
Right. Oh my god. Okay, so
I am next if I'm not asleep.
Scamos uses action. Let's say it all began with Scamos throwing the brick. Then Finn went. Then
Uraprax
used his action to command Invisible.
To unleash the big sleep.
Oran fall asleep. So now we're back up to Scamos. It's your go to do something.
Right. So I am making my way upstairs to sort out my expenses. I'm dragging Bunzel by the ankle up the stairs. If I've got enough strength, I'll grab Oran's collar with my other hand and I'll pull them up the stairs because we're going to sort out our costs.
You start to You start to drag Oran and Bunzel out of the basement. You get with dragging 2 people. You probably only get to the bottom of the stairs. You don't actually make it up there. So Scamos, Finn, it is your go again.
Just you two arguing over destroying this machine.
I look at Uraprax like, what the fuck, man? And then I immediately whip out the chromatic orb straight at the device.
Jesus. Okay. Launch the chromatic orb straight at the device.
Yeah. So roll 20, is it to hit or?
Again, much like the Scorching Rays, it's not a moving target or something that's difficult to hit. You are literally just throwing it at the ground, at the device, at the chain.
So 3d8, I believe it says here.
Yeah.
8. 3.
Yeah.
8. 8 again for 7.
Again, Jesus. With that initial 21 points of damage, and now with that 19 that you've just done, you huck it at the bottom of this device. One of the pins that's keeping one of the chains bound snaps and comes loose. You look up as this spectral figure manages to kind of slip out of the chains as they kind of just disintegrate and become just almost like stardust. These chains just melt away, and she just goes up. This weird energy-like thrum and low humming that has been just constantly in your ears ever since you've got to this town suddenly goes quiet. This basement goes pitch black. There was no power source down here, or no light source down here, and the power wasn't connected to anything. It was creating this beautiful purple hue, which was lighting up the room, but now it's gone. Everything goes dark.
Hands up who has dark vision.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Amazing.
I want to quickly just kneel on the floor, feel for Orin. I want to just take 2 gold pieces out of his pocket and put them in my pocket.
Good priority.
You kind of...
He's by the stairs, I'm dragging you.
Like Velma from Scooby-Doo, you kind of go across the floor, feel a body. That kind of feels... Oh, actually, no, you don't know where he is because Scalpel started dragging him.
And I want that 2 gold from you.
I want to re-gift it to you while you're asleep.
You start feeling your way over to the sounds of grunting as you can hear Scamos starting to drag 2 bodies up the stairs.
Jesus, Scamos.
Okay, with the device has been destroyed and you guys are kind of out of this combat. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm still sleeping.
Yep, Oran is. You can slap her that and wake him.
Oh yeah.
I'll give him a bit of a kick as we come on, drag yourself up the stairs or help me with buns.
Oran, you wake up again. You're like, oh, I went back to the Ethereal. Oh no,
it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. You open your eyes and everything is like a dull black and white. Like your dark vision is currently working. It looks like whatever happened while you were asleep, they destroyed the device. You can kind of see a little bit of the kind of weird etching that was on the ground that's been scorched and burnt now. The chain has completely disintegrated and kind of turned to this spectral dust. What do you do? Do you get up? Do you go up the stairs?
I mean, I've got a splitting headache.
Yeah, you can see Uraprax is like Velmering right now on the ground, trying to find you guys.
I get up, I check my pockets, make sure I've still got all the gold that I thought I had.
He hasn't taken any of your gold yet. No, he can find you.
And then, let's get Bunzel up the stairs. Let's get these expenses, because we've earned it. I mean, I fucking died for this, so let's do it. I'll help Scamos.
Maybe do you reckon we should put him to bed?
I think we need to put all of us.
Oh, hang on. The stairs upstairs are all greasy. I don't want to fall and hurt ourselves. We'll rest him at the kitchen table. We'll set the kitchen table right, and then we'll just prop him up in the living room or something for now, on the sofa that didn't get burned in the fire.
Alrighty. So you takes a bit of effort because he is completely out cold. You kind of have to two-man it. You get Bunzel up onto one of the slightly scorched sofas. Again, there's thank you cards and bouquets of flowers and gifts, a couple of coin purses here and there. But it is dark. This happened late at night, like wee hours of the morning. Everything very strange, like being in the countryside, no light sources anywhere.
I've just realised that there's going to be a mob descending on this house soon, so we maybe don't want to hang around. But
I progressively trundle up the stairs behind.
Yeah, are you following the sound of our voices out of the dark? Yeah, so we'll get upstairs. We'll put Bunzel on the sofa.
Mm-hmm. There is a fire going in the fireplace, so there is a.
We have a bit of light.
Yeah.
In that case, then shall one of us just quickly get our expenses back? Let's not rob him. Let's just get our expenses back plus 30% betrayal tax, and then do we leave him a note for when he wakes up?
We can just give him a healing potion, right? He's out because we knocked him out.
He's not dying. He's just unconscious until he wakes up, right?
Yeah. He's been knocked unconscious.
How do you? Can we just throw water over him, or how do we?
I don't want any fuss. I think maybe we leave him a note and then we just leave on the quiet.
I vote let's leave him.
Did anyone actually say
to this party?
Did we ever actually say our real names to him? Maybe we could just say, "Dear Bunzel, we're sorry, but you've gone mad with grief. Love, I'm sure you'll understand, but if you have a problem, do come and ask for me in Russellton. Love, John the Fighter."
No, I'm pretty sure you guys will use your normal names as well as your alias Dothamir Screwits as well.
Screw it, of course.
So you got to burn that alias now. Can't use that. We're all going to have to assume new names.
I'll be on Builders from Hell.
At least we had the foresight. At least we had the foresight to unshoe every other horse, so no one can chase us. Like once we get our horses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like a little bit anticlimactic if we just literally abandon him on the sofa, but maybe that's what we have to do. I'm not sure.
If that's what you guys are doing.
He's unconscious. We could take him with us. Otherwise, he's going to go down for that murder in the basement.
Oh, that's an idea.
Kidnapping.
I mean, Uraprax, what do you think?
I think that this is not what I, as a dragonborn bard trying to reclaim his victory, signed up for. I was in it for the guts. I was in it for the glory. But in healing that woman's soul, you broke the heart of this party. I'm going to go out that door. I'm going to go find the Oaks. I'm going to turn my back on the lot of you. You guys have fun killing buns and doing whatever you're doing.
You don't want to go and find the spirit of music?
Nope, I'll find that myself, thank you.
Oh, don't say that, Uraprax. I think this is just a road bump. A road bump?
Don't you feel a little bit relieved though? A lot of responsibility.
No, because now there's no power for this entire town, which means that everyone's going to wake up and be like, "What the hell?" And it's all going to go into savagery anyway.
The real power was the friends we made along the way.
That's true.
Okay, how about this? I look at the fire and I notice it's still running because that doesn't require electricity. I think all is right in the world, and I pull out my bag, the half bottle of Dragonfire, which is very high in alcohol. I pull out the rest of the lemon zingers and mad mage mokers, and I look at Uraprax and say, "Come on, let's sit down here. Let's just drink eat this."
Should we have a toast? Should we have a toast with the fireball and agree to disagree?
Yes, exactly right.
I walk off into the dark to go and find the Oaks.
Okay.
What a cliffhanger!
You walk off and leave the party.
Okay, so Uraprax is gone. I don't want Bunzel to go down for murder.
do we think that's what's going to happen?
Oh, one of the mercs.
Before I go, I throw 2
away.
gold pieces behind me.
Okay, yeah. Fucking keep your bet, yeah.
Thanks. I shout after him.
Uraprax, you start going, like, where are you heading towards, like, the Vegas Strip?
I'm going to find the oaks.
You head towards it, trying to find the oak.
With my head thing and scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Scarf. Yeah.
As you start trudging, like, begrudgingly, like, well, fucking, we voted and we didn't agree to fucking kill this guy and turn it off and stuff. You start trudging towards the Vegas Strip. You do notice ever so often, or every couple of houses or so, a little kind of dull glow of a candle. People opening their doors and kind of looking around like what's going on, kind of thing. Every so often, every couple of houses or so. A couple of people in this town are night owls and were still up while this power supply was running and noticed it coming off. Everyone else, you're just kind of chatting and figuring what to do and counting coins and stuff.
Yeah. We'll just have a rough count. Let's just grab what we're going to do. Maybe we'll...
Okay, yeah, you're grabbing some of his, like, thank you for helping me Bunzel coin purses that have been gifted, kind of looking at them.
Not those specifically, not those coins.
I feel like we're robbing him now.
Definitely not taking those ones.
I mean, you don't know where he actually keeps his actual gold. All you can see are the thank you gifts and donations he's received.
Yeah, maybe we don't take the expenses.
No, we're not that desperate. We've got quite a few thousand.
He already gave us like 1,000 gold or something, didn't he? We already got a lot of gold, I think. Didn't we?
We got a
fair amount. We have got all those potions. Fine, that we can still use another time.
Fine.
Fine.
5495 gold in the bag, and then we've got. He promised us 1,172 gold. Plus a further 96 gold in expenses.
But he's already gifted you the 4,000 which Darth at Gumbert was originally told in Russellton. You've already got that 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so our total is over 5,000. So we're not that desperate for the rest of it.
Okay. I don't know, guys. This is how we're bowing out of season 1. So how do we want to? Do we just ride up into the darkness as well, carrying an unconscious Bunzel, or I think.
I realised, guys, what we might want to do is we might want to lay low, and I've just thought back to my history from being on the run because of my background as a charlatan, and I know thieves can't. I understand, DM, that I might have knowledge of where a person on the land might be able to find a safe house or a lowly place we could hide out as part of my background. Maybe I could take us off to find us somewhere to bunker down, and I think we take Bunzel with us.
With your kind of background in that and stuff, you could go... I could say you could go to a town, go to a rough-looking bar, have a little look around, see if you can find like a person who may or may not be in the kind of same kind of dodgy hush-hush profession that you were in. Maybe try and talk to them in a little bit of thieves' cant and see if they kind of respond back and then get information. But it's not like, I've been to this town, I know the safe house is there, I've been to this town, I know the safe house is there.
Right. I think running somewhere and finding somewhere we can lay low for a while might be an idea.
Okay.
What do you think, guys? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is going to get nasty in this city now.
What's our vote on taking Bunzel with us?
I say leave
while
Bunzel.
you guys are discussing that and voting whether or not to take Bunzel with you, Uraprax, you are starting to make your way to the Vegas Strip. As you are walking towards it, there are people walking towards you. Some strange fucking people are still out at the crack of dawn. One of them's half drunk, and he's like, "What gives? It's fucking all switched off. I think he lives that way. Yeah, come on, we'll go talk to him. He must be up." And the other guy's slightly drunk and like, "Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Flush my own toilet like a fucking Neanderthal? Come on." He'll turn it. You'll just ask him to turn it back on. You're getting closer and closer to the Vegas Strip now, and it's getting more and more like the retail shops still should be alive and thumping and alive and kicking. There are barmen outside the electric dragon, kind of the big draconic barman who runs the electric dragon has got his kind of opened his front door and got his head out. Is calls out to Shady Sally on the other side of the thing, Sally, what's going on? Have you got no power either? She's like, yes, it's completely all switched off. It's so bizarre.
I reach into my backpack. I take a note, piece of parchment, quill. I write down, "They're coming, run." And I hand the note to Ian Visible and send him on his way.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy.
I've used the invisible, haven't I?
But I believe Ian Visible may have disappeared by now. Let me check on how long Unseen Servant lasts. It lasts a whole hour. Nope. So for lack of a better word, you probably have commanded Ian Visible to stay with you, as you know that if he leaves a certain radius of you... Oh, shit! If he leaves a certain radius of you, does he disappear? Oh, no. I think you guys have snookered yourself. If you command the servant to perform a task that would move him more than 60 feet away from you, the spell ends. You cannot use Ian Visible to go and warn your friends.
I will, but I'm going to track along the rooftops behind him and just watch as he goes on his way and keep a safe distance.
How nicely thoughtful, but not letting the team know that you're being nice of you. I love that. Okay, you guys back at Bunzel's house are still trying to discuss whether or not you should take the unconscious Bunzel with you. All of a sudden you hear some "Excuse me, Mr. Bunzel," from out the front. It's you can hear another person "Oh my god, his front door's been knocked down. What's happening? Mr. Bunzel, are you okay?"
I say, guys, we tell them that we were here to help him restore the power, but it ran out and there is no more power.
Why is he unconscious, though? What are we going to tell him about that?
Big electric accident.
Oh, yeah. There probably is a lot of, electrocutions in this city, so they're going to buy that.
He's not going to want to tell them the truth about his daughter, so I think we just come up with something simple.
I don't need the press, guys. I vote we talk about either taking him or leaving him, and we bolt out the back while they go inside.
Yeah, I mean, possible, yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's still loads of booby traps everywhere, so these neighbours are not getting in here. Probably.
They're not getting any time quick. Someone's going to cut a foot. The stairs are all greasy. There's paint tins everywhere.
All right, maybe we should just take Bunzel then.
You can hear more and more people outside, Doris, have you got no power either? It's no, I don't. And look, someone's knocked down Bunzel's front door. Are we allowed to go in? Do you think he'd mind? What's happened? Is he okay?
Has anyone noticed the danger? Has anyone noticed that danger sign out the front? They should be careful.
Marcus kicked it over, if you remember.
Oh,
bitch, Marcus.
Some other guy's I'll go in. I'll talk to him. He's a nice guy. We used to, before obviously he became busy with this, we used to hang out quite a bit. I can go in and talk to him.
Oren, you're the strongest. Grab him. Let's get out
drunk
of here.
people also seem to turn up at the door. You can hear a couple of drunkards coming from the Vegas Strip, Bunzel, turn it back on, mate. I can't see what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay, I lift up Bunzel and cart him fireman's lift type thing.
Like a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
And then
as you guys are kind of okay, let's grab him kind of thing. We're going to carry him. A piece of paper, a little piece of scroll, bit of parchment, kind of goes in the door and just falls onto the floor.
Okay, who's going to pick it up? I've got my hands full.
I could pick that up then and read it out to the.
What does it say? Others. What does it say?
It says they're coming. They're coming. I believe it said they're coming.
Wow.
Run.
Run. They're coming.
Correct
I
me
think we
if
should.
I'm wrong. Does that not mean that he's within 60 feet? So he must be looking out for us still. So we're still friends.
That's right. He has abandoned us totally.
He does have a
cares
heart.
for us afterwards.
Okay.
We should consider the Scamos plan and bolt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why are
get
we
out.
taking Bunzel with us? What's the purpose of that?
Just,
Because-
I'd rather him have the choice of whether he wants to face the people with a dead body in his basement. He could always come back. We could always let him go when he wakes up and say he was kidnapped. But there's no time to talk about it now. We grab him and we'll work this out later.
Now you're giving him that choice.
If he disappears, though, they're going to assume that he's at fault and he's done wrong. With it, where if we leave him, he can make up his own excuse, like we're the bad guys. He was robbed. The energy was destroyed. Whatever.
You can hear a couple of people outside, like Bunzel, are you okay? Like, can we come in? Like, you can hear another person call to the other person, like, maybe go get the local guard. Maybe go get a town's guard.
No time to argue, guys. We gotta go. I'll leave it to your conscience whether you want to carry him or drop him around. We gotta bolt, and then I dart for the door.
Okay, we can drop him in a little minute if we decide to. I'm just going to carry him just for a few 100 feet or whatever, and then we can decide again when we're out of danger. So let's just move, and I've still got him over my shoulder.
Mhm.
It's too big a decision. So
Okay.
we're going for the back door.
Okay.
If we get seen carrying this guy, it's going to look really bad. By the way.
I mean,
We're gonna go for over the back fence and into the nearest, like the darkest back alleys we can find. Stay off the
Okay.
main street if we can.
yeah.
You guys make a bolt for it, carrying Bunzel out of the back door to Bunzel's house. As you're running, you can see a guy, one of the local villagers, kind of started to wake his way up the front garden and up onto his front decking. And he's kind of says like, I'll make sure it's okay, kind of thing. Obviously, the front door, the window is smashed, the front door's broken down. He's hesitant to go in, but obviously something's wrong with Bunzel, so he's got to go in. You guys pick up Bunzel and you bolt out of the back door. Let's pause it there because I think we've got one more episode in this series.
Oh my god!
Chaos,
This is like
pure chaos.
This is like the Game of Thrones model where we have like an epic episode 9 and then like the denouement or whatever you call it, for episode 10. I don't know what episode this is, but it feels like that was a big one. Shit.
Oh, shit, guys.
Drama!
Oh. Magical afterlife special and going into the ethereal plane. Fucking knocking out Bunzel and destroying the machine. Oh my god.
Sorry, Lewis.
No, I love it. I love it so much. I don't know why I spend so many hours prepping because it just all goes out the window.
Just don't.
Beautiful game, guys. Such a good game.
Can you tell us, like, now, what did you expect us to do with the machine? How did you imagine we might vote?
I have scenarios. I have scenarios for both. Whether you keep it running or switch it off. Going into the ethereal plane to double check Lilin was not something I prepared. But yeah.
Well, it felt like that was the big decision, wasn't it? Like, do you leave the machine as is or do you get rid?
I think we made the right choice, and I think as Auroprex sees the scales fall from people's eyes as they get used to regular life, he'll understand.
As I'm watching the mob descend at his house,
Yeah.
knowing that was exactly what I didn't want to happen.
I mean, it's going to be exciting, though.
Uh-huh. To watch from afar.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Monsters and Madness. If you'd like to find out more about myself, you can find me on Instagram at Louis Hay, where I post a bunch of different silly sketches and doodles. If you'd like to find out more about John, you can find him on his Twitter at John Crinnan, or his website johncrinnan.com, where you'll find all the links to his stories and his other podcasts. You can find Carl on his Twitter at Carl Hughes, or you can visit hawkandcleaver.com to learn more about how they help fresh and upcoming podcasters. To find Daniel, you can find him on his Twitter at WilcoxAuthor, or visit danielwilcox.com to learn more about his books and his special bootcamp to help new authors. You can find Andy CT on his Twitter at AndyCTWrites, or visit theotherstories.net to hear some of his horrifically twisted creations. The Monsters and Madness theme tune was created by Timo Henderson. You can check out his website, timohenderson.com, to see what kind of awesome music he can create, especially for you and your next project. And lastly, our background music was produced by Daniel Birch and downloaded from freemusicarchive.org. Visit his website, danielbirchmusic.com, to see what other music he has available. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We really hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll see you soon.